Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Your home for Kings talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
Yes, on a Wednesday in Sacramento, California. I'm not Allen Stiles. Jose Gonzalez with you here all the way to 2 o'clock. You guys just got Chris Watkins, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. He was filling in for the morning show in the Carmichael Dave with Jason Ross. Both of those guys out. Chris Verlade behind the glass, he was out. So it was Kyle Ledbetter behind the glass this morning with Chris Watkins, and I hope you enjoyed every ounce of that. Now it's Jose Gonzalez sitting in the seat. Bear with me. Apologies for destroying your radios for whatever you're going to listen to for the next 4 hours. I appreciate every single one of you that is going to come with us on this long, beautiful New Year's Eve journey. And for those of you that are getting off early from work, I'm jealous. For those of you that are heading to your destinations early, I'm jealous. For those of you that are going to get your night started early, maybe not so much of the jealousy on that part. Behind the glass for me is my guy, Anthony. Anthony, how are you doing, man?
I'm doing great. And for the record, you did assign yourself to this time slot. So this everything that happens here is Jose's fault.
You know, one of the things that I stayed away from was everyone knowing, you know, that I'm one of the managers. And so everyone on this station has made it a very big point to call me boss man.
I will lean into that as well. This is the boss.
And, so technically I did schedule myself, but Kyle would know this. I thought I was doing the morning show up till like 9 p.m. last night. And I felt I was apologetic, and I texted Kyle late, but luckily Chris let me know. It goes, hey, you asked me to do the morning show, right? And I went, yeah, I did. I did ask you. I'll do the midday show. So, you know, picking kind of.
Yeah. And, you know, when I came in this morning, I had no idea who was going to be here. Kyle turned around about 45 minutes ago and was like, you know, Jose's doing it? I'm like, oh, okay. Makes sense.
Yeah, I see. I thought you knew that when you saw me walking in this morning.
I thought that, I don't know why, that I should have known. That would make sense.
I've been in Fresno, California.
Yeah, that makes total sense. So, I just kind of waved. I was like, oh, there's Jose. I'm going to go inside, and I have no idea who's going to talk to me for 4 hours. But
luckily, it's me. It's Jose. So with that, just again, we're going to talk some Kings. I say some because after last night, obviously a very tough showing for the Sacramento Kings against the Clippers. And of course now Sacramento continuing the stretch here going into January where a lot of the conversation, let's be transparent. I am as a transparent host as I can be, sometimes to my detriment, taking off the PD hat and coming in to be the host. And so you know that in January, what you're going to hear a lot of is who is going to be traded. And I know you're saying, Jose, we've been hearing it already. We've already been hearing people talk about the amount of trades we're going to make. I hear you. But it's going to be more. Let's be clear. We're now going to be talking in depth about why DeMar DeRozan is the guy that should be the first one out, or why it's Zach LaVine, or why Domas should end up surviving the rebuild and get through this with the team. And though age, contract, those things kind of come into account. Do you hitch your wagon to Keegan Murray? Again, sometimes I think I'm one of the biggest hooting and hollering, saying absolutely give Keegan everything. He's the next one. And then sometimes I look at that and I go, Is it? Is he the guy that we pitch our wagon to? And then I obviously hear everything that is being said about Keon, Doug Buckets,
Yeah,
McBuckets.
let's hitch our ride on Doug McDermott. That's the future of the team.
7 minutes last night. Devin Carter got 7 minutes last night. Some players that don't usually get. Everyone, by the way. I'm not a fan of plus minus unless it's going to further my argument. And last night, every single Kings player in the negative. So we'll chat about this and we'll talk more. I hope I'm not trying to get you down. I promise I'm not. Right before the new year, new year, new me, new year, who this? I apologize. We will be up and down a little bit here today. We'll go from talking Kings, who are at 8 wins this year, and we'll talk some 49ers, who are a game away from potentially being the number 1 overall seed in the NFC. Yes, I know that you're going to holler that the schedule was all up in their favor. But even to that conversation, the reason that the 49ers have a chance at the 1 seed is for what they did inside their division. By the way, a division that is going to give 3 teams to the NFC playoffs. So, yes, I know their schedule wasn't so tough. Still got to win the games. You got to do it even as unhealthy as that team had been. You just got to win. And you don't talk about playoffs. Yeah, playoffs. Yeah, you don't talk about playoffs until you're clinched. Like, we can talk about all we want in week 1, week 2, who the best teams are. Come on, let's be real. No one thought that the New England Patriots were going to be one of the top seeds in the AFC. I think we all thought, oh, yeah, the Chiefs are going to chief it again, right? They're going to do it all. I don't know if we thought that the Broncos and the Chargers, potentially, they're not, but they almost had a win the division game this weekend. Chargers don't hold their end of the bargain against the Houston Texans, even though the Houston Texans tried to give them every which way possible to win that game. CJ Stroud looking at you, talking to some guys like you were a vet after 1 year of success and fallen off pretty quickly the last couple of years. Now, so much to dive into, so much to get into. We'll talk about 2025. We'll talk about what's coming up in 2026, because there's a lot coming up in 26. A lot is a Super Bowl. A lot is the NFL playoffs. A lot is the Winter Olympics, the World Cup that, again, big soccer guy here, I am juiced up for. And obviously, Major League Baseball season, the 26-27 NFL season, the rest of the NBA season. We're sitting in a really good spot. New Year's Eve, we're just going to have some fun today. And again, go a little bit of everywhere, talk a little bit of everything, go a little bit of, go a little bit of everywhere. And I just want to say I appreciate all of you guys listening on a Wednesday. I don't know why, but it feels like Thursday to me. I don't know what it is. Maybe it's because tomorrow is New Year's and we're off.
Yeah, I think I feel that as well. Like it feels like we're in this weird, ever since Christmas, everything has felt like there is no days of the week. I have no idea what's going on.
Is it the fog too?
Yeah, I think so. That's for the past month. I've had no idea what's going on. I just kind of roll out of bed and I'm like, okay, what's going on today? Are the Kings playing? Who's playing? I got to go to work. Do I work? What's going on? And I'm ready for the new year is how I'm feeling currently about sports and just life in general.
That fog has done something. Like, I'm sure, like, again, people here in Sacramento, like, I've gotten the benefit of leaving Fresno and coming up here and being here for work week, being here during the week. And one of the things that just gets me is, like, driving through the Central Valley right now just feels depressing. Like, and it's not even, I see cows or I see farmland or I just see crops or whatever is coming up the 99. I'm driving in and I go,
Feels like Silent Hill. We're just in a place that doesn't feel like it should exist, especially for as long as it's been foggy. I took the train to San Francisco, and it felt like I was going to paradise when I made it into the Bay Area, which is normally the foggy place.
Yeah. And it's like this morning driving up, it's like there's fog, then no fog. And it's like this hasn't happened. Obviously, like it's supposed to be raining here in the very, very near future, and it's supposed to rain a lot. They've been getting a lot of rain up northwest to be exact. So, you know, it's this weather has just been something else. I am a summer person. I can tell you, and yeah, we'll get to sports, just a quick sidetrack, sidebar. And again, for those of you just tuning in, Jose Gonzalez with you, as well as Anthony behind the glass, and we'll carry you all the way to 2 o'clock. 2 o'clock, we'll go to Westwood One Sports, and that will take you all the way to 6. Then I believe Golf to Go plays at 6 today, and we'll take you all the way. And then tomorrow, make sure to catch some football. But again, Jose Gonzalez, Anthony behind the glass here today, filling in for Allen Stiles, filling in for Kyle Ledbetter. Kyle was here just earlier in the day, and Allen, he isn't here. He is taking a much needed break, and he will be back with you on the 5th of the month. It is the 31st, and we're going to have some fun here. So just kind of going down in through this stretch. I'm a summer guy. I love summer. I'm, again, born and raised California, Central Valley, been a Central Valley guy my entire life, have never left it. I can bear with 105. I can handle 110. Like, I'm going to deal with it. Am I going to complain a little bit? Probably. Am I going to be a happy camper at all times? No, I'm not. I'm going to find some shade. I'm going to spend some electrical money because we're going to run the AC a little bit. But I don't feel terrible. You know, like in the winter, I'm like, my bone hurts, like my right elbow or my knee. It's cold, so I have to like 3 layers. I am not a layer person. I like a t-shirt. I like shorts or pants, whatever. And we're good, but I have to layer when it comes to winter.
At what temperature would you say you're like, this is over, it's way too cold for me? You're a summer person, so I imagine it's a pretty high temperature.
Yeah, I was going to say, as a California guy, it's like 65.
Yeah.
I would say realistically, I'm sitting like 55, it's a good day. Like sometimes in the winter, 55 and sunny, feels fine. Feels great.
Yeah.
That is where I like.
I think the moment it gets below 50 with no sun, I feel like I'm in the Arctic. Like, I don't know how people exist outside of California dealing with weather outside of that. I feel like I'm going to freeze to death, and the water outside isn't even freezing yet.
Yeah, it doesn't even get to that here. Right? Like, it's I don't know. I think I grew up going, let's go to the snow.
Yeah, me too.
Like, I didn't grow up, like, is it snowing outside? It snowed once in Fresno, California in the last 30 years, and I think I was like 2 years old for it.
I can't imagine that. I don't want to go outside and shovel my driveway. I like it here. I'm not a summer person at all, but I don't want to be in the freezing cold. I don't like being in the 100 degrees like you do. But
I didn't say I like it. It's more bearable to me.
I'll complain way more. When it hits like 90, I'm complaining.
See, my thing is when I come from outside inside into the office, and I'm always having to put sweaters and jackets on. Then I come into the office, I'm like, de-layer. I gotta take this off and this one. All right, cool, I'm fine. Because it's warm in here.
Yeah, it does get really hot in here.
And then my office, I don't even get to control the thermostat. I was gonna say the temperature, but the thermostat. Can't even control that. So I'm just sitting in there. So again, that's just privilege rant, I guess. Done on that one. So, yeah, that's the weather.
The Kings enjoyed some better weather in LA, but really bad games.
You know, the Sacramento Kings playing last night and just getting absolutely thumped by the Los Angeles Clippers. They lost by 41 points last night.
You know how much they led by in both LA games total?
How much the Clippers led by?
No, the Kings.
How much the Kings?
In both the Lakers game and the Clippers game. Like,
what was their longest lead?
Just the highest lead.
Now, because of the way you're asking me this question, I'm going to just assume it's absurd. So I'm gonna answer it absurdly.
Okay.
And I'm gonna say 4 points.
It's 1 point. They led by 1 point against the Lakers, and they never led against the Clippers.
Wow. Well, now looking at the first and second quarter, they got absolutely run out of the building. They won the third quarter.
Yeah.
And then lost the fourth quarter by a handsome margin. Harden played just about 30 minutes. Leonard played just about 30 minutes, which is their sweet spot. Like, that's where they want to be. They want to be playing 30 to 35, and the Kings obliged.
The Kings won the third quarter by, I believe, 2 points, and the Clippers did not need to score in the fourth quarter, and they still would have won by 10 points. I think that was the longest basketball game I've ever sat through. It was so, I know we've had some really bad losses this season, worse on the scoreboard, but in terms of watching that basketball game, I was so over it by the time it was 11 p.m. because the game started so late. Good on Peacock for flexing that game out. What a bad game. I would have been embarrassed.
But I don't even understand why that game, like, I get what maybe last year was for the Kings, where you're like, yeah, let's put them in some primetime games. Again, we're the home of the Kings, and we want you to listen to every single Sacramento Kings game, specifically coming from this guy. Now, outside of that, who thought we should put one of the games in primetime?
Yeah, I think that obviously they have to put some games in primetime for every team, but there's something about, like, Kings Clippers had that crazy overtime thing during the Beam Team season, and I think that there still might be something there that, like, the NBA is like, maybe they will have a good game. I don't know, but
I feel like they could have a good game. I feel like they can, again, like, the Kings have beat some good teams, which is weird this year. They've also gotten absolutely run out of the building by other good teams. So it's not like, oh, we can point out these wins and say that the second half of the season is going to be different. It's going to change. And yeah, the schedule that they had to begin the year was really tough. And the schedule that is coming up might get a little bit easier, and that might make it easier, might get things rolling and going. This team, I think going into the year, we were all sitting here believing that the Sacramento Kings were a fringe play-in team.
yeah.
I feel like that's reality.
Yeah.
They were a fringe play-in team.
I think that a lot of that has to do with us thinking that other teams would be worse, though. Like, the Suns got considerably better for some reason. The West is weirdly not as great as we thought with other teams, so we're closer with, like, the Clippers are still at the bottom, even though they're going on their run. They'll probably rise up a little bit. The Lakers are currently doing bad, but at the beginning of the season, I thought that they would be horrible, or not horrible, but around fringe play-in team. It's a weird league, and the Kings are super inconsistent. So realistically, could they go on a run? I don't think so, but they really could, and I think that it would be interesting to see how they end up at the end of the season. I know that a lot of people are in the tank boat and want that draft pick, but we'll see where it goes.
I'm in that boat.
Yeah.
I'm in the I like this team, and I've said this to whoever would listen, and I would say, look, I am one of those transplants people talk about, right? I'm not from the city. I wasn't born a Sacramento Kings fan. I wasn't born and pushed into the misery of the franchise over its long tenured time, right? I was thrown into a different kind of misery in terms of soccer with my dad, with a team that wins a championship every 10-ish years, but is considered one of the best teams popularity-wise in terms of soccer. I've been blessed with never watching the San Francisco 49ers win a Super Bowl. So, like, I've been blessed in that kind of time frame. Now, I was never the biggest NBA guy. I was a Kobe Bryant guy. I was a Tim Duncan guy. I loved watching good basketball, but I wasn't ever connecting to a team. Not till I got here. And yeah, look, I work for a station who's the home of the Sacramento Kings. So you might say, well, Jose, okay, all right. It's the easiest thing to do. You're right. It was the easiest thing for me to do. But it was the first time where I actually went into the building and I go, man, I feel this. I've been into many NBA arenas. I've been to many NFL stadiums. I've been very privileged to have many of opportunities to be in many of buildings. And I can truthfully, honestly, without a doubt say, like, the first time I felt at home was inside Golden One watching the Sacramento Kings. Now, I've had a privilege. I got to watch them beat the Warriors in the play-in game. I got to watch that entire and feel the fan base. Now, I've gotten to see the fan base in some of its best times, not some of its worst times. I didn't get to see the 01, 02, the early 2000s up close. And to that, one of the things that I kind of want to get into on the other side here is that the Sacramento Kings fan base still showing up. When the games are good, still being loud. It's not as full as it has been, but the fans are showing up. They're being present. They're rooting. I've heard Allen talk about this. I've heard Dave talk about this. It's where it's like, hey, it might be, concourse time. It might be, hey, I'm going to the game, but I'm also going to go check out what Section 124 has for food, or Section 215. What do they have for food up there? Is there anything good, anything, that I can at least enjoy? And if the game is close, you get to enjoy that too. On the other side, you have a New Orleans Pelicans team who, same record, one loss more, is a complete opposite. It's dead. It's deserted. They're ready to move the franchise out of New Orleans, it seems like, to a grand measure. What really goes into those things? And what goes into it is the fan base. So we'll talk about that on the other side. Once again, Jose Gonzalez with you all the way to 2 o'clock. Anthony behind the glass. We're filling in for Allen Stiles, who is the host of the Allen Stiles Show. He should be back here early next week, and you'll continue to hear all of the great voices here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports 1140.
The San Francisco 49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Touchdown 49ers! Every game on your #1 sports station. Don't miss the action on your local sports leader. Sactown Sports 1140.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Niners win a huge game on Sunday night versus Chicago 42-38. Brock Purdy was outstanding. He accounted for 5 touchdowns, throwing for 300 yards and 3 TDs, rushed for 2 more, while Christian McCaffrey rushed for 181 yards from scrimmage and had a touchdown as well. Niners finished the regular season Saturday with Seattle, with the winner getting the #1 seed in the playoffs. Catch the game this Saturday beginning at 4 right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Hi, this is Greg Papa. Disasters hit every day. If your home, business, or building has suffered from any disaster, SunPoint Public Adjusters can help. SunPoint prepares, presents, and negotiates your claim with the insurance company, working only for you, making sure you get everything you're entitled to and letting your focus be on what's most important, your family or your business. Call SunPoint today at 888-247-7865 or contact us at sunpoint.us. SunPoint Public Adjusters, the gold standard in public adjusting.
License number 2N14884.
Daniel Tosh, my first farewell tour. Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
This is how I come up with material. I rant to my friends and my family, my inner circle, and when they hate every word coming out of my mouth, I know it's ready.
Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss your chance to see Daniel Tosh.
Coach Christie here letting you know the year-end sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford, and with your approved credit, get 0% financing plus 0 down, plus no payments for 90 days on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford today. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check exam and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITVFest.com.
California's largest sportsman's travel event is back. Outfitters, guides, lodges, and destinations. Your chance to meet the experts who'll make your trip unforgettable. January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Details at sportsexpos.com.
Allen Stiles. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
The Allen Stiles Show, 10 a.m. all the way to 2 p.m. Jose Gonzalez filling in on this Wednesday, New Year's Eve, last day of 2025. Man, it just feels like it has gone so quickly. And I say that because of those of you that listen to Allen, know Allen, have created that bond with Allen. Allen just had a second child. He obviously didn't. His great wife did. And I believe it was somewhere in September, if I'm remembering my dates right. I now have a little bit over a year-old son. And so, again, full disclosure for everybody, today's show is not going to be as you know, as Allen does it with the full veracity of Kings Talk. You're going to have some off-ramps, some just exits off the highways.
I can be Kyle. Let's get the tankathon open.
Yeah.
Let's do it.
Now, so So the now 13-month-old, so close to walking. He's getting braver. He's starting to, take, hand off here, hand over here. I'm going to stretch for it. Takes that little nudge. I've had some health issues here in the past month and a half, so I've been home a lot more than I have been. More than I have been in the office. And he's been there. I'm like, buddy, just do it. Do it while I'm here, while I get to see it. I don't want to see this over video. Just come on, give me a step. So today, I come up, right? I'm in this chair. I get a text from my wife. It says he took 3 steps.
Dude, congrats. I mean, you weren't...
But come on! Like, what is this? I've been begging. I've been waiting.
3's a lot.
I'm like, please, just give me 2. Just 2. And he did it. He took 2 steps with me and my wife, split between us, because he always wants to go to mom. And so he, took the step. We're like, he's close. I left at 4:30 this morning. He took 3 steps today, Anthony? 3?
Regular athlete. He's going to be on to 8 soon.
Man!
And you'll be there for that.
3 steps the day before the year ends. Just crazy. But 13-month-old, soon to be 14 months. Little guy. He's skinny like I was. I say was. And so, he looks smaller, but, he's 13 months. He's already a year and a month. And our guy, Frankie, his son is 2 months younger than my son. It was pretty crazy around the office for a little bit.
It was. I remember that.
Now, so 3 steps. My son took 3 steps today. It's barely 10:30. Barely 10:30.
Maybe I'll have 4 waiting for you when you get home.
So for the listeners and the viewers, for the viewers, apologies for this old school headphone put up the way it is. I can't put the headphone over my left ear, just kind of putting it out. We have viewers now, right? Back when I used to love this industry, there was never a live stream. You had to guess how I looked. Couldn't see me. But outside of that, so the Kings and the Pelicans are obviously separated by 1 loss. And the Pelicans have that 1 loss. So currently the Kings, I believe, have the 4th worst record in the NBA. That's without looking at it in front of me. And thinking of having the 4th worst record, you obviously are hoping that the Kings fall into having a really good draft pick this upcoming year. Well, someone who is not going to have that, right? And maybe we have the fan base feeling the same way if the Kings would have traded away their 2026 NBA draft first-round pick, right? I think fans right now might be even more disinterested and frustrated and angry with the franchise if they would have traded a first overall, again, maybe not first overall, but a first round pick nonetheless.
Yeah, absolutely. I think that if that trade went through, the one that was offered to the Warriors, no matter how Kuminga would be doing on this team, I think it would be a much more depressing season because I'm not sure they'd be much better with Kuminga on this team. Minus,
but the feeling might be better.
Maybe, yeah. You're a little bit younger, but right now since most of the vets are hurt, you're kind of just watching Westbrook and Schroeder with the young guys, and you're enjoying watching Maxime Reynaud. At least I am. Maybe I'm a little bit more optimistic. I'm just kind of used to watching bad basketball, maybe. I'm like, hey, there's someone there. I'm excited to see where that goes. But if they traded if that trade went through for Kuminga, I would be so concerned about the direction of this franchise.
What if you're not giving up a pick, though?
It'd be great.
Yeah, if you're that's where I see it for Kuminga. If you take the route of saying we're going to give up future assets, you're not reading the room.
Yeah.
If you're going into it saying, hey, Golden State, I think it's obvious to all of us the price has fallen. Like, you're not even playing the guy.
Yeah, it has to have gone down.
Like, I don't think there's an and or if buts. One of the teams that was rumored in there, the Suns, are a lot better than people expected them to be.
Yeah.
So you look at it and you go, if you're the Kings, well, if I make this trade, is it going to be making me short-term better-ish to win enough to hurt us? Like, that's a question you will ask yourself, because you're going to go full young. If you go in that direction, you're going full youth movement.
Another mindset that they could have had is Jonathan Kuminga will be better than whoever we pick with that first-round pick this season, which I think that most people would agree that's probably not going to be the case, especially because you're giving up Malik, so that also offsets.
He hasn't been playing.
Bit. Yeah. I mean, at this point...
I'm just telling you, and that's how much of an anomaly this franchise has been, kind of going back to a Pelicans team who seemingly, again, a couple of years ago, just in the same breath as the Kings, had their franchise lined up for the future.
Yeah.
They were there. It was like the Pelicans are going to knock down the door and they're going to be a perennial playoff team.
At least a lower seed playoff team. I think that the Zion injuries really offset everything that they had going, and then they made the worst decisions outside of that, in my opinion. I think like the CJ McCollum signing wasn't the greatest signing. I think that Brandon Ingram being there for an extended period of time without offloading him for picks, trying to get better. I think now they're in a better direction. But as you said earlier, I think that the Pelicans are just kind of a sad team to watch right now, not just because of the basketball, but because no one's there, and it's a little bit sad to look at.
It's the tickets are different, right? I think on average, just the sale from the team, the Kings ticket is just over $30 more expensive. Then you go on the resale market, and it's a whole different ball game there. I know that the Pelicans were selling like $100 and something floor seats to some of their games. So the Pelicans, obviously, they have no fans going into the stands. They just don't. We were talking about the direction of a franchise. They made a bold trade. Reports came out, like there was things that came out, like did they know what they were trading at the time they made the trade? And now, being one of the worst teams in the NBA, they don't even own their pick in the next year's draft. So if you're the Kings, at least, like, if there is solace to be had, if there is let's see if I can make myself feel a little better, maybe we're looking at the Pelicans and going, ha, like, we're not you, but how much, like, at least they're getting cheap tickets to get into the games. Like, I don't know what that is going to look like at the Golden One Center. I think fans should keep going to games. I think you should still be invested. Like, I think that's what fandom is. I think fandom has become more fickle than ever before, because I think more people, especially in the youth category, are getting into that realm of going, why am I going to back you? Like, why? Like, it's and I love being able to do this, is the Kyle Ledbetter, right?
Yeah.
Who is like, I'm a Chiefs fan. Why? Because they win. And I like winners. I think there are more people that are more prone to do that nowadays than we've ever had. And if you're a franchise, it means you have to connect with your fan base more than you've ever have, because they're just not going to blindly follow you anymore.
And it's not just your city anymore. Like, bandwagon fans come from everywhere. There's online communities that like certain teams, and I think that's kind of how, like, Kyle got into it. You follow Patrick Mahomes, and then you're like, I'm a part of the Chiefs fan base because I'm on, like, online.
On a subreddit, on a Twitter or X, following groups and doing all those. Even Facebook groups, right? Like, I'm in Facebook groups for first-time dads. There's questions I got. I'm in there. So, like, I get it. Like, it's you. I'm a Niner fan, right? I'm also an Atlanta Braves fan. And for listeners, I'm not in Atlanta. I'm not even close. I go maybe once every 2-3 years. Maybe. Now with a 13-month-old, I might get pushed back a little bit until we're able to take him on a plane flight into his first Braves game in Atlanta. He actually got to Sutter Health here. But that's how I interact with the Braves. I'm in all of these chats. I'm in all of these things, and I'm seeing it constantly. So I feel close to Ronald Acuna Jr. Like, obviously, I don't know the guy, but I feel like I know him enough, right? Ozzy, those guys, like Austin Riley, I feel like I know their personalities. That is something, and especially in the NBA, where it's more player-heavy following than it is, like, how many Westbrook fans have just appeared?
So many.
And like, they have a thing against Allen that I'm staying as far away from. I got my first chance of sitting pretty close to the court, and seeing these guys up close is insane. Like, seeing a Westbrook going, who in their right mind says a thing to this man? Like, there's not a lot of guys. Like, I'm gonna look at him and be like, nah, I'm sorry, sir. Didn't mean to mispronounce anything at all.
Making digital content for this station and looking at comments whenever Westbrook has been mentioned makes me understand how they're on it. Their algorithm is feeding them only Westbrook content. They've never watched anything else from here, and they're just like, I don't know this guy. I remember one time I made a short for Dave's show in the morning, and the number one comment was, that dude in red really knows what he's talking about. And it was like Westbrook fan 2000 or something like that. And it was Dave. And this dude has no idea. He's just scrolling and has to comment on everything. But yeah, I love Westbrook.
Hey, man, and to that point, and we'll break here, people have some really manicured and pedicured timelines. Like, there are people who have that thing down to a T. Mine is so fickle. I can click on a comment. Don't even comment on anything. Just click on it. Now I'm seeing that stuff. And I'm like, am I just watching everything? Like, do I just not have one solo thing that I'm paying attention to? Now, I will say this. One thing I get constantly is when I'm on YouTube and I'm on Shorts, I get Sactown Sports 1140 all the time. I'm just saying that is a well-manicured timeline. I'm, just spitballing. YouTube, Facebook, Instagram, any kind of social media platform. There you go. If you haven't downloaded the app, I don't know what you're doing. I don't understand it. So we'll continue. We keep going. Jose Gonzalez, Anthony behind the glass. We are filling in for the guys here on the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports 1140.
Visit SactownSports.com and join the Sactown Sports 1140 newsletter.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
At Elk Grove Honda, our recipe for happy holidays is to think Happy Honda Days. Let's explain. Happy is a good thing. We all like happy. Happy stands for quality, reliability, comfort, design, peace of mind, value at resale, and a lot more important words. And days is how long you have to take advantage of Elk Grove Honda's 2025 Accord, Pilot, and Ridgeline year-end clearance underway right now. Elk Grove Honda is located in the Elk Grove Auto Mall, Highway 99 at Elk Grove Boulevard, or on the web at elkgrovehonda.com.
I gotta get an Elk Grove Honda.
At Power Business Technology, we're not another big box corporation. We're your neighbors, locally owned and operated. We know what businesses like yours need, from reliable printers to high-performance copiers. We'll help you find the right solution with personal service you just can't get online. Need setup or support? We're just down the road and always happy to help. Power Business Technology, family hometown service with big-time solutions. Contact us today for all your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729, or visit us at powercopiers.com.
Oh, could this vintage store be any cuter?
Right? And the best part? They accept Discover.
Accept Discover? In a little place like this? I don't think so, Jennifer.
Oh, yeah, huh? Discover's accepted where I like to shop. Come on, baby, get with the times.
Right, so we shouldn't get the parachute pants?
These are making a comeback. I think.
Discover is accepted at 99% of places that take credit cards nationwide. Based on the February 2025 Nielsen report.
The Lowe's Closeout event is here with the final savings of the season. Grab amazing deals on seasonal decor, tools, flooring, and more before they're gone. Plus, MyLowe's Rewards and MyLowe's Pro Rewards members get free standard shipping. Lowe's, we help, you save. Valid through 1/7. Selection varies by location while supplies last. Free shipping excludes Alaska and Hawaii. Exclusions and more terms apply. Loyalty program subject to terms and conditions. Subject to change. Visit Lowe's.com/shipping terms for details.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
In today's fast-moving job market, staying ahead means keeping your skills sharp. At University of Maryland Global Campus, we help keep your capabilities cutting edge with our skills-based education programs designed to move your career forward. Explore more than 135 degrees and certificates in business, cybersecurity, and more. Apply now and save with no application fee. Classes start January 7th. Learn more at umgc.edu. Certified to operate in Virginia by Chef.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
At InShape, there's a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, walker, runner, sauna seeker, recoverer. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Allen Stiles
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140
on Sactown Sports.
Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles, host of the Allen Stiles Show with Kyle Ledbetter. Today, it's Jose Gonzalez and it's Anthony behind the glass with you all today. Now, I'm not as hyped up as I am sometimes. Sometimes I come in here and I'm like yelling on top of my lungs, just going. Just, I think I have that little bit of the bug that bit Allen, right? Which is just like, I'm hyped all the time. Especially when it's something I'm really passionate about. You guys will see it. When I talk 49ers, might hit a different little level here. Okay, might get a little too excited. I'll remind myself, Jose, step back from the mic. And I say that in my best Winston from New Girl voice. And we'll get through it. But the Sacramento Kings lose 131-90 to the Los Angeles Clippers. Fewest points that the Kings have scored all season. And the last time they scored 90 or less was November 22nd against the LA Clippers. So maybe it's a yearly thing. Maybe it's a yearly tradition that is now going through. And now looking at where the Kings are, and look, this is going to be a season of first. And what I mean by that is not good first. Not my son taking 3 steps with dad not home first. It is the last time the Kings started 8-25. The worst they've done. 2010, 2011, 2008, 2009. 1989, 1990. Not the Sacramento Kings, but 1958, 1959. And now 2025, 2026. 8-25 through 33 games. That's where it sits.
It's really rough. It's rough to watch. It's rough to be there as a fan. I know that I grew up here, and I grew up watching this team. And I know that from like the good teams of the early 2000s when I was a really small kid to the DeMarcus Cousins era, and even before that, like Ron Artest, and then going into the scores, if anyone remembers the Dave Yeager scores, which felt like the beginning of something great, which I guess it kind of was with the Beam team. It never really felt like they actually tried to rebuild. It felt like they were trying to move in and out pieces and hopefully get better through trades. And I think that if there's something to be the most optimistic about is I think that they are actually trying to do a rebuild here. I'm being hopeful in that thought. I know that right now they're in a really tough spot with all the people that they have to trade, but that's where I'm at. No matter how bad the season's going, it seems like they are going fully, we need to get younger, we need to do better on that. And
now, to that point, sorry to interrupt, Anthony. To that point, it's one of the things where I do sit here and I go, how much confidence do people have in Scott Perry? Right? Because I think that's one of the main pieces going forward is, one, fair or unfair, the belief that Vivek is making the decisions, right? He's the owner. He gets to insert himself when he wants to. That's why you buy a team. It's why you pay the crazy amounts of money to own a team, is when I want to make a decision, I get to go, yes, you're the basketball guy, but this is what I want.
Yeah.
You have that. Now, how often you do that and the consequences to that are another thing. To that point, the trust in Scott Perry being able to manage that. Manage an owner that, you know what, again, right or not right, is going to insert himself.
Yeah, there's multiple camps here from what I can tell within the fan base, within like the negative side of this. And I don't trust Scott Perry to be able to manage that. I don't think that anyone can be able to manage that. They fully are like, Vivek's the issue. We can't do anything until that's solved. And then there's also the Kings have never, even before Vivek owned the team, the Kings have never been able to draft well. And so no matter what we do, it's never going to go well. And that's the fully nihilistic view at it. And those are the negative ones.
And to the drafting well point, I've always said it, and I get in arguments with the guys all the time. I go, yeah, because you guys always want to do what's the smartest thing in the room. And I say that in quotes. It's sometimes we want to be the smartest person in the room. It's what Kyrie Irving was a few years back, right? Like every time he stepped up to the microphone, every time he was at a press conference, he tried to be the smartest guy in the room. You can't try those things. It has to happen. You either are the smartest guy in the room and you just talk, or you're the person who's trying to be the smartest guy in the room and everyone around is just like, okay, all right, dude. We'll let you talk. But we're snickering. We're saying some things down here. Now, that's what I think the Kings in the past have done with their draft choices is, oh, that's the right guy, but that guy right there, he's going to give us more. That guy over there, this one, yeah, you know what? He can average a double-double. He's going to assist, but he can put 30 on anyone any given day. He's going to put 30 on them. And even though this guy's the right fit, we're going to go with the guy who could put 30 on him. I think that all too often has happened for the Sacramento Kings. And I say it in the grand, and obviously that's a terrible example. And if you're going to use that example to make an argument, I wouldn't. But that is what I see. And I see a Scott Perry who I think is good enough to be able to manage a conversation. Because one thing is always necessary. There has to be mutual respect. The owner has to respect the GM's job, but the GM also has to respect that the owner gets to walk in and say, this is what I want. It's going to be on Scott Perry to say, I hear this is what you want, but this is the best way we can move forward to get you more money in your pocket. That's the conversation that would be had. We're going to talk San Francisco 49ers. Will they get the number 1 seed? Will they be the number 5 seed? Are they on the road? Are they at home? When are they playing next? How is this going to happen? They get the Seahawks. We'll talk about all of that in hour number 2. Hour 1 in the books. Thank you for joining us. Jose Gonzalez filling in right here on the Allen Stiles Show. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What will a Maverick do? 'Cause you are a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. When value matters, Elk Grove Chevrolet delivers. Right now, lease a new Chevrolet Silverado LT for $250 per month plus tax. The Silverado 1500 stands out with composed handling, competitive towing, payload, roomy cabin, and fuel economy. Visit myelkgrovechevrolet.com for full lease details. Don't miss your chance to drive the new Chevrolet Silverado. Stop by Elk Grove Chevrolet today and experience quality that goes the distance.
Are you living with dry AMD? If so, you could be on the road to geographic atrophy, or GA, a condition that leads to retinal cell death and permanent vision loss. But with Izervay, you can
slow it down and get it going slower.
Izervay slows GA progression by targeting a key source of retinal cell death, which may help preserve your vision longer. Izervay, or Avastin Captid Pagel, is a prescription eye injection used to treat GA. Don't take it if you have an infection or active swelling in or around your eye. Izervay can cause eye infection, retinal detachment, or increased risk of wet AMD. Izervay may temporarily increase eye pressure. Your vision may be impaired after an eye injection or exam. Don't delay. Ask your doctor about Izervay today.
Izervay gets GA going slower.
Visit Izervay.com. That's IZERVAY.com. Paid for by Astellas Pharma.
Mark and Tom with you, the travel and entertainment guys, brought to you by Sports Leisure Vacations. Time for our weekly travel tip, and with it, here's Mark Hoffman.
Travelers United asked in a survey, what one airline improvement do you think would make flying more civil? Here are the top 5 answers. At 43%, the best idea airlines could follow, more comfortable and wider seats. Second, at 33%, more legroom. Those 2 things make a huge customer comfort statement. Fewer seats, more room. Of course, that's only coming at a price. 3 through 5 on the list, respectively. 14% said get rid of the baggage fees. 6% felt there should be better compensation when something goes wrong. And finally, 4% said we want better food and snacks. That one could actually happen. But the first 4 would cut profits, so thanks for your opinion, say the airlines. Next topic, please. Okay, 2 more peanuts in every bag. See, we are listening.
More tips to make you a smarter traveler, Saturdays at 11 a.m., right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root off with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays, but if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-771-1300. That's 800-771-1300.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
KHD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento. From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140.
Live and local
It's Allen Stiles.
on Sactown Sports.
Our numero dos of the Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports 1140, YouTube, download the app, social media, X, Instagram, Facebook, SactownSports.com. Probably find all that kind of stuff right there as well. So just giving you guys all of those reminders. The Carmichael Dave Show with Jason Ross, 6 a.m. to 10 a.m. The Allen Stiles Show, 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And The Drive Guys with Kevin Gleason, 2 p.m. to 6 p.m. Today, we take you to 2. Then you will get Westwood One Sports at 6 o'clock, Golf to Go. Tomorrow, you will get Westwood One Sports all day. And then you will get on Friday the same dose that you are getting today, a morning show and a midday show. The morning show will be guest hosted by Christopher Gabriel. He will do the morning, and then Brendan Nunez will be doing the midday show. So just a little painting of the picture for all of you listening, driving around on January 2nd. My goodness, I am not good with days.
And the Kings play tomorrow, so that will be on.
And the Kings play tomorrow. Yeah. No. There's college football, though, right?
But I don't know if it'll be on.
No, it won't be on with us. No. Don't go anywhere where college football.
We're not. Have us on and then watch on mute.
Or, just follow along on the web. You can go to SactownSports.com. There's a widget up there. Just follow along that way and listen to the. Don't go to any other TV or radio channel. Just don't. There's no need for it. There's just none. Now, again, simple apologies to all of you that are tuning in and going, "Where is Allen? We want Allen." Sorry, you get Jose today. Just today. It was my third. No, you know what? I filled in for Allen quite a bit while he was out on paternity leave. So I would just say this is maybe my 6th time this year hosting, something about there. Under 10. I think I'm under 10.
You have to practice it.
Well, kind of. I listen more than I speak nowadays.
Yeah.
My wife wouldn't say that, but I say that. I listen more than I speak nowadays. Now, for Christmas, yes, it was a week ago, and some people might go, Jose, talk 49ers now. Absolutely now. We will talk 49ers. We'll talk Seahawks. We'll talk NFL playoffs. We're going to talk all of it. We got 4 hours. Christmas, holidays, however you celebrate. For me, it is now about child, right? Like, it's about him. Now, he also isn't at the age where he's opening gifts. Like, he's barely open. Like, it's more about tearing things than it is about opening a gift. So for us, it was like everybody kept asking us, what are you getting him for Christmas? We don't want nothing. Well, what should we get him? Nothing. Too much. There's just too much stuff. I am a no stuff person. I'm a declutter. I don't want things. My wife, love her. Best person I know. She keeps things sometimes. Now with toys, and we have toys everywhere, and I'm like staring at things. And like, so you got a new toy chest thing that my wife built. Yes, my wife built it. And now things aren't as cluttered, and I'm feeling a little better. So that was my favorite gift of Christmas, was specifically that gift for my son.
Did he at least get to tear open the wrapping paper?
He did. No. He tried. He
Okay.
tried. Then wife, and the next couple of days after that, sat in his room and put it together. Now, again, I don't very much look forward to. I don't care. Like, it's not the biggest thing to me. Got a couple sweaters. Got a nice Braves sweater that I appreciated. Purchased some cool things. My wife and I agreed on, instead of buying presents for ourselves, we're going to buy a present for the house that the other person wants. I'm going to buy new ceiling fans. That's what my wife's been wanting since we bought the house 5 years ago. So like that's for us. What about you? Give me something cool. Give me something good.
What I got,
Anthony.
My mom discovered cheaply online shopping. You know, you go on like Temu and stuff. So I got a lot of electronics that are interesting, to say the least. I'm kind of worried they might explode, but you know, we got that.
Okay.
So it's like
All
a
right.
portable
So it's
battery that came in a package that I couldn't read. And I'm like, awesome. This is good.
My sister loves to order from something called Shein, I think it's called. And it's the same. It's similar, right? Like, it's cheap things, and it's cheap on purpose, and there's a reason for it. And not knocking anyone. Again, my sister, my wife purchased something because of my sister, and she got it. She's like, this is not at all what I thought it was.
Yeah.
And sometimes you just get what you get.
Well, my actual gift is I have a dent in my car that my mom's like, you need to fix that. I'm paying for it. So when I woke up, she like had like $20 worth of electronics just so I had something to like open.
Okay.
She's very sentimental about that, even when I shouldn't be getting anything. So she just had stuff there for me. But eventually I'll get my car fixed, which is really nice. I have had a dent in my car after.
How did was it on premises?
No, it wasn't here. That would be crazy.
I was like, hey, this is a crazy way to bring this up on the radio, Anthony.
So I used to work promotions for Bonneville in San Francisco, and it was right after we had a 12-hour shift working the Rolling Stones concert at Levi Stadium.
Oh.
So we did promo outside, and then we got to go in. We shot content for social media, attended a concert. It was a really long shift, and then we had to drive from Santa Clara back up to Daly City where the Bonneville stations were. And we're in an empty parking garage, and I know it's empty, and I'm so excited to go home. I just saw the Rolling Stones, and I just fully turn my wheel and speed out backwards, and then my car just comes to a stop, and I hit a pillar. And then I sat there. It was like 1 a.m., and I just sat there, and I was like, all right. And I went out and I looked, and there's a big dent. It's not like crazy damage, nothing structurally wrong. It's been there for 2 years.
Is it the car you drove in?
Yeah.
Maybe I just didn't look.
Yeah, it's on the driver's side front fender, like next to the wheel.
Maybe I'm just not observant enough. I looked.
It looks.
Maybe I'm just not observant enough. I definitely looked at you. I was like, oh, that's Anthony.
Yeah, it's not a crazy dent, but it really bothers my mom. There's a reason I haven't fixed it. I don't care that much, but she is like, you need to fix that. So that's
so is mom type A?
Not exactly, but she's like, you can't. She's kind of just embarrassed about like me driving around with that car.
That's how my mom felt with my shoes growing up.
Yeah.
I didn't care about my shoes. Like, I had these tore up slip-on gray Vans in like 7th grade, 8th grade that I was just never going to take them off. That was what I wore every single day. They were gray Vans. They went with everything I wore because everything I wore was either black, was like our mascot was tigers, and we had to wear freaking polos every single day. It was like structured. It was a weird thing at present. So I wouldn't say weird. If you wear uniforms, you wear uniforms. But it was either khakis, navy, black, or white, emerald green, navy, gold or yellow.
You got a lot of options.
Well, those were the four: white, black, navy.
Oh, I guess white and black doesn't.
Yeah, I was like green, like an emerald, dark green, and the yellow. So like for us, it goes into. I remember that all my shoes just always fit with everything. So with that, like I remember my mom buying me shoes and going, "Hey, look, there's some new shoes," and I like, "Great." I'll wear them on the weekends. That was just my attitude. So I get it because it never bothered me, but it bothered my mom a ton.
Yeah.
So, okay. So that's your favorite. That's what you got.
Yeah, that's what I got. And then, like, obviously, my girlfriend got me something really nice. She, yeah.
Are you a gift buyer? Like, I got a buddy where he's like, yeah, man, I just spent, I'm going to say dumb number, but, I just spent $1,000 on this and this and this and this. And I'm looking at him like, you're crazy, man.
I'm not
crazy.
that. I'm a gift maker. I like to make things. I made my girlfriend a mixtape, which was really fun to make, and it had like music, and it also had like
for
clips.
This Christmas.
Yeah, for this Christmas.
A mixtape.
Yeah, and then like I painted the outside the case with like a bird on it and stuff. Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
No, I'm not judging you. I'm not judging you. I come from the disc burning era, right? So I get it. Crazy they used to call it disc burning, right?
Yeah.
Interesting. I wouldn't painted you for a mixtape guy.
Yeah, I am. It's fun. It's fun to. I have a record collection. I like old stereo systems and stuff. So like we live together now. So now she has something to listen to that's not my music.
You know whose mixtape went from bad to great?
You want me to guess?
No, you don't have to. This is just my way of segueing. Sam Darnold. He went from seeing ghosts to now being the guy in Seattle.
Yeah.
He went from the New York Jets dysfunctional franchise to what the San Francisco 49ers brought him, and then the stability that the Seattle Seahawks have brought him. Now, crazy to think, right, that the Minnesota Vikings decided to go to that new shiny quarterback toy they had in the room. And he said, you know what? We're good here. This is the right guy. We're going to go forward. Sam Darnold said, okay. Sam takes his talent to Seattle. Seattle, playing intelligently, goes, hey, Gino, we're not going to resign you. He goes to the Raiders. And everybody, even here when I was guest hosting in September, was trying to convince me that Sam Darnold was, or pardon me, that Geno Smith was better than I thought he was. And I was very adamant to say I don't think Geno Smith is very good. I think he's obviously a serviceable quarterback in the NFL. But if he is your starting quarterback in the NFL, you're not going to win a playoff game.
Yeah.
I don't think there was and or if buts with Geno Smith. And that, even though there's some people that will go out on a limb and tell me I'm wrong and that I'm dumb and stupid. Even though I don't like using those words. Even though I might be. No. But you then have a guy like Sam Darnold, who I had similar feelings, similar sentiment on. And he comes out and he performs with the Seattle Seahawks. Now, Smith and Jigba has been great. They have now a tandem at running back, even though people thought Walker was going to be the guy. Charbonnet has had his goal line carries taken away. And Seahawks just look like a decent team, but defensively, they look like those guys from just over a decade ago, right? It looks like LOB. It looks like the Legion of Boom sometimes back there for the Seattle Seahawks. Now, the difference is I think Russell Wilson was perfect for the offense at that time for the Seattle Seahawks. The difference is I think Sam Darnold is still too timid. I know the joke about the seeing ghosts is there and it's the easiest one to pull, but that doesn't just magically change. There are so many times where I look at Sam Darnold and I go, why didn't you make that throw? And it's because my sentiment is that there's fear. He doesn't want to make that throw. He doesn't drive certain throws in there because he then makes a mistake and it just goes haywire from there. Now, threw more than 4 interceptions over two games against the Rams. That game was going completely sideways for the Seattle Seahawks. It wasn't going to be a win. Obviously, it turns out they get the W, and now the Rams go from a 1 seed all the way down to a guaranteed 6 seed, especially if the San Francisco 49ers lose. 49ers are the 5th seed. The Rams seemingly are now playing the worst football they've played the last couple, and you can tell by Sean McVay saying, everyone's playing in Week 18. We're not taking a break. Everyone's playing. It's because they're not playing well. Seahawks, I think, are in that middle. I am not scared of anyone in the NFC. I don't know if you feel that same way, because if we just quickly look at it and look at where the NFL currently stands and where their standings currently are, and just kind of going through it, in the NFC, you got the Eagles at 11-5. You scared of the Eagles?
I'm not scared of the Eagles.
I'm not scared of the Eagles. I'm definitely not scared of Jalen Hurts, who will appear and disappear at any given moment.
I believe in our offense so much that as long as their other team's defense is, or as long as the other team's offense isn't good, then our defense can kind of like be bad like they are. And the Eagles, I'm hoping, would just beat themselves.
The Bears, 11-5. Obviously, the 49ers just beat them.
Yeah.
So it was at home. It was a big game. Bears had a chance at the end. But 49ers, I think, were convincingly the better team that night, even in the shootout, right? You open up the game with a pick six for the 49ers with Brock Purdy, and then the Niners
Off
immediately.
A tip. It was a crazy
Yeah,
pick six.
it was the worst way to start the game.
Yeah.
Then immediately, page flipped. They go down, drive, touchdown, tie ball game. I felt after that moment, we, as in the 49ers, are going to win this game. Bears, I think if you catch them at the right time, they can win a couple of games, but the Bears don't seem like a Super Bowl team to me. Not one bit. The Packers, they're too hurt. I don't even want to waste too much breath on them. I wasn't confident in them in the playoffs to begin with. I am uber not confident in them
That was the team that I would have been most afraid of if they were healthy.
You know what it is? I think it may be my feeling on LaFleur.
Yeah.
He just can't win the big games yet.
And just historically, the 49ers kind of.
That too. Now, NFC South, come on. Let's be real. It's going to be the Panthers or Tampa. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
Now, if you're the 49ers and you lose on Sunday, you get Tampa or Carolina. Just a reminder for everybody. So right now, the West, Seahawks, Niners, Rams. So if the Niners win this weekend, they're the 1 seed. Seahawks drop, they're the 5th, and the Rams would be the 6th. Niners lose, it just flips, right? So the NFC West is going to see 3 teams, and obviously one other division is going to get someone else. It can't be 4 teams coming out of the NFC West. And that's going to be the Packers, who are locked in on that 7 seed. Packers locked in on 7. Seems like Rams are locked in on 6. Other things have to happen for that. Rams are locked in at 6. The 5 seed is either the 49ers or the Seahawks. The 4 seed, either the Panthers or the Bucks. The 3 and 2nd seeds all are in the air with the Bears and the Eagles. That can kind of switch off. So if you're the 49ers, you lose this weekend, you lose this Saturday, you're playing the NFC South champion.
Yeah.
You win on Saturday, and now you get another bye within the last 5 weeks because they had the late bye. And now you get another one. Now you got to get a little healthier. Now there's a potential that Fred Warner plays, according to what Matthew Barrows said? Mm-hmm. Matt Barrows? I don't remember how long ago he said it.
Yeah.
But he said, hey, 12 snaps for Fred Warner in the divisional game, and I want to see you try to hold him back for an NFC Championship game, and that is Fred Warner. The Niners could get relatively healthier here late. Now, George Kittle didn't play this past week. He has to get healthy. But a healthy 49ers offense in this NFC, if the Rams look better, I would say the Rams are the best team in the NFC, which isn't it kind of dumb? And a lot of people, even on Monday Night Football, they're like, the Rams, the best team in the NFL right now. I'm like, where?
Yeah, not Monday for sure. Definitely not Monday.
And again, to the point, Eagles with Jalen Hurts and what they've done offensively, which has been, if you can stop A.J. Brown from catching the football, their offense seemingly becomes non-existent. The NFC seems so wide open, way more wide open than I expected it to be in Week 18 of the NFL season.
I'm kind of scared of the Bears. I know that we just beat them.
No, I agree. I think the Bears are a good team. I think the Eagles are a good team. I think the Rams are a good team, and I think the Seahawks are a good team. What I'm saying is, this is the first time that I can sit here and I go, the Niners can beat all of them, but they all can beat the Niners.
Yeah, especially with this weird season where I think at the beginning the vibes were so low on the Niners. Like it just, at least within the people I've been talking to, I just feel like it looked pretty bleak.
Now, people can pull this, but I think on the afternoon show with Kevin, I said, I think that the Niners were going to win 10 games, 10 or 11.
Okay, so you were higher than I. Most of what I saw was like even. They'd go 500. Like at the beginning of the season, it got a little bit worse. Everyone's going to get a little bit older. The McCaffrey thing was up in the air at the beginning of the season.
Oh, I bought on McCaffrey in fantasy football.
You did?
I bought.
All right, you are. How many years did that not work out for everyone who's bought on McCaffrey? And this year it won championship.
The 2 times I've bought McCaffrey, he's gone off.
Okay, then I just need to ask you before I draft in fantasy.
Because I'm a skeptic when it comes to Christian McCaffrey, and it's very rare when I buy. And this year, it just felt right. It was the same reason why I didn't want to buy for Saquon Barkley.
I did buy Saquon Barkley.
I told many people who asked me, I said, don't buy. It's not going to be the right year. I'm like, he's not going to be terrible, but he's just simply not going to replicate.
Yeah, it didn't work. I bought on Saquon. I also bought on Brian Thomas Jr., which went horrible.
That's double whammy.
Yeah, it was really
there.
bad.
Yeah.
But as far as the way this could go, everyone's been saying it. I just think that the defense is so inconsistent, and if we get Fred Warner back, that would be great. So going for that 1 seed would be amazing. And I know that people aren't afraid of the Panthers or Tampa. I'd kind of be afraid of Tampa with how bad our defense is.
I would agree if that offense looked seemingly good.
But I'm so scared.
I get that the Falcons might have had a last couple of good games, but the way the Bucs could not they had the win against the Falcons and they handed it over. It's like Tampa, their entire premise to the season is giving up wins. It's the same way like the Atlanta Falcons. They should be in the playoffs right now, but they couldn't clinch 2 games against Carolina. They had a couple of other ones that went kind of sideways. The real best team in the NFC South isn't even going to be in the playoffs,
Absolutely.
And that's the Atlanta Falcons with Bijan and what he's done. Kirk Cousins looks better than he's been, and obviously I think anyone who thought he wouldn't after a year of now feeling more healthy after the injury, there's just to me a grand like surrounding of the NFL in terms of the NFC, where I look at every game and I say, I think the Niners can win this, but I also think the Niners can lose this. Now, quickly before we hit the break, on the AFC side, currently the New England Patriots, they're sitting at the top with the number 1 seed. Them and the Broncos are tied for the number 1 seed at 13-3. So the Patriots in the AFC East, they're going to be the division champs there. Bills coming up in second, 11-5. They'll be a wild card team already guaranteed there. The Jaguars are 12-4. They will be fighting for an AFC South championship against the Texans, who are 11-5. The Broncos currently 13-3, and the aforementioned Los Angeles Chargers 11-5. Chargers who should have been 12-4 going into this game and playing the Broncos for the AFC West championship. The AFC, now that conference is a whole different discussion than the NFC. We'll talk more NFL when we come back. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Mr. Allen Stiles right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
growing your business? It's all about having the right team on the court. At Bank of Marin, we partner with businesses in the greater Sacramento area, delivering personalized service and local expertise to help you make a slam dunk. Whether it's customized lending or solutions to keep your business growing, you'll benefit from local decision-making. Expanding, acquiring additional assets, or building a lasting banking relationship? We're ready for tip-off. Bank of Marin, your local business bank. Visit us at bankofmarin.com. Member FDIC.
Hey, it's Carmichael Dave. I got to tell you, I am so excited to get this decking project started with Trex Decking and Railings. From the first time I stepped foot in the showroom last week, I was so impressed. So many color options, heat-resistant composite deck. What does that mean? That means I don't have to do any maintenance on it whatsoever. They even have a deck designer, so you can go online and see what your dream deck will look like on your house. Just visit Trex, that's Trex.com to get it started. Tell them Carmichael Dave sent you.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days. At Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Folsom Lake Honda. Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
The new year is upon us with promises of new beginnings and new adventures. But don't let this past year slip away without savoring the memories made with family and friends. Hi, this is Frank LaRosa with a word about Naturewood Home Furnishings. Looking forward is always exciting, but I have a lot to appreciate in this past year, revolving around time with family and more good time spent around my Naturewood dining table. Watching my grandsons enjoy birthdays and holidays was priceless and reminds me that new life is the perfect balance between yesterday and today. Greet the new year with a visit to Naturewood Home Furnishings during their annual New Year's sale going on now, including all the fine furniture and accessories in every department. How about a new style for the new year? Find that perfect piece of furniture that's new today and filled with future memories for tomorrow. The memories you make with your family will stay with you forever. Naturewood Home Furnishings off Highway 50 at Hazel. Look for the water wheel.
Guys, low energy, low drive, or strength not what it used to be? For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation to get real answers. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. Call 916-619-3000 or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply. Must medically qualify.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What would a Maverick do? 'Cause you're a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply. Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITBfest.com.
Allen Stiles. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Time is rolling. Almost an hour and a half in here. Almost halfway through the show. Might not be rolling for you. You might be saying, Alan, come back immediately. It's okay. Coming up at 2 o'clock, we go to Westwood One Sports. 6 o'clock, we then will be bringing you Golf to Go. Tomorrow, all of Westwood One Sports all day. On New Year's Day, all the guys have it off. And then on Friday, you will have Christopher Gabriel will be guest hosting the morning show. Him and Kyle Ledbetter. And then in the midday, you will have Brendan Nunez, a Sactown sports writer, fill in for that. And just because my memory is shooting me a little quickly here, are you on that one? Okay. Yes. I was like, I thought I saw Anthony's name. With all the other numbers we're looking at right now, I was like, I'm not sure. So Anthony will be behind the glass as well for that Friday midday show. So you'll have a good amount of sports talk on Friday coming off of that Kings game tomorrow, as well as the college football playoffs. Quarterfinals, 31st. There's one game tonight and three games tomorrow, if my memory serves me correct there. And all the group of 5, group of 6 teams, bye-bye.
Yeah, tonight is Ohio State and Miami.
Ohio's the
Ohio State.
I never say that. I'm like
the only people who say that are people who went there.
I don't get it.
I don't get it either, but I think I had to have gone there.
I don't think like people who went there get it.
I mean, like you feel like you're a part of something, you know? You're like, I can say this, you know?
It feels like you could say that for any of them.
You could.
I'm going to the University of Oregon.
The Sacramento State University.
The Fresno State. Like,
yeah.
You know? I don't know if you can do that one. The California State University, Fresno.
Maybe it's because there's only one. Is there? Because, like, we have 1 million state schools in California.
You have Ohio.
Yeah, but I mean, like, Ohio State. Like, it's the state school. It's like Oregon, like U of O versus...
Yeah, but that's also because those states are a lot smaller than ours.
Yeah.
You know, not attacking, but that's why you have a Boise State, but there's no Boise anything else.
The Boise State.
You have Washington State.
Yeah.
Oregon State.
The Oregon
But usually
State
the state school is not the popular one.
Yeah.
Michigan State. Texas State. There's some like Louisiana.
That's totally how it goes.
Obviously, like LSU. I don't know.
Well, the South's
Florida
entirely
State?
different. Like, that's every big school's popular there. That's like the whole different college sports culture.
Yeah, because the Georgia Bulldogs. Anyway, I'm gonna keep going. I'm a college football guy, so I'm gonna go down the rabbit hole on that one. So college football playoffs. That will be different next year again. This is one of the things that people had reminded me of, and sorry for the college football sidetrack here, but this is what people have reminded me of. It's like, as soon as the playoff door creaked open, just enough, it was going to be just slammed open by the amount of changes to the playoff, because it's never going to be enough. Right? You could always get one more team into the playoffs. This year, Notre Dame or so. It's like, can we stop going down this rabbit hole of just saying, just win your dang games. Just win. And if you schedule tough and you don't win and it's a close game, we'll consider that. We'll take that into account. But if you go and you schedule fluff, that gets accounted too. Like, I think we've overcomplicated because of all the analytics, all of the numbers that I could pull up, strength of schedule, strength of record, strength of this, strength of that. Just play the games.
College football is kind of like the MLB in the sense that it's super traditional. Like, they have these ideas. Like, Notre Dame needs to be there. Like, there are people who think that. No matter what Notre Dame does, Notre Dame needs to be in the college football playoffs if they expanded it.
Wow.
It's very interesting how that's going, because there's people who want to like modernize it, and that's why we keep getting more and more teams. But there's also that, like, we need to keep it. Alabama needs to always be there. Notre Dame always needs to be there. This is how college football should be. And things are changing really, really fast, and I don't think anyone's happy.
I think what most people forget in making national brands is you got to put them on national TV, right? Like, we've now come so accustomed to, and I believe everyone is so lazy. We don't want to make new brands. We don't want to establish new connections at all. Like, it's why the major networks are working overtime right now, telling every single one of you in every which way, on all the platforms that the FBS needs to change to a higher system and a lower system. The group of fives, shoo over there, go have your own, because that's the only thing that matters is championships, right? It doesn't matter about getting in, doesn't matter about the experience, doesn't matter about the millions and pound millions of dollars you get for being in the fight. Because that's part of the other arguments, right? It's the others, well, that conference doesn't deserve to get that money. We got into this whole world. Somehow still blame the players. By the way, we don't blame the administrators. We don't blame the commissioners of these conferences. The people who are making these deals behind closed doors get mad at the players for making money and transferring. That was never an issue when Lane Kiffin, decides to leave a team in the midst of a playoff race because, we all deserve to make choices for our own careers, except if you're a player. But that's why you have all of these guys telling us how much the group of five shouldn't be in this playoff. And then they want to tell me that it should be made up of only Power Fours.
Yeah, people don't want room for new schools to establish themselves as college football programs.
And the thing is, why has the SEC fallen back? Let's be straightforward. They did the paper bag, right? The McDonald's bag. They don't 100%. Get to do that anymore. Well, they can, but they just have to take it out of the bag now.
And now everyone can do it.
Would you rather live? No offense. I know we probably go all the way over there. Someone can listen on the app. If you are in Alabama, if you're in Arkansas, if you're in Louisiana, you're in Mississippi. Would you rather go play at Mississippi State than play in California? And play in any of the other states that have higher population densities?
As long as they're paying me. That's where it goes.
That's why most people wanted to go to Mississippi State. Again, it just goes into, I think, a wider range of things. I can go down the college football rabbit hole, and we'll go down it a little bit later. It's why I think I've gravitated to professional football more this year, I think, than ever before. I'm a college football guy. I'm from Fresno, California. That's all we have. It's college football. It's Saturdays in September through December and a bowl game. Sometimes a conference championship. Sometimes we get to play a little bit more important football. But that's what we cared about. But outside of that, there's no fairness to the college football game anymore. There's just this weird thing of believing if you're a Power Four, you're better than everybody else, when the reality is most of the bottoms of the Power Four conferences are horrible. They're just there. Arkansas football, give me a break. Right?
I don't know if there was ever fairness in college football. I think that's the thing, is they tried to fix it, and then they tried to fix it really, really fast, and now no one's happy because it's the people who were in power before, like with the unfairness, like the SEC, they're falling down. It's just nothing's working.
But it's gotten worse. And it's gotten worse because back in the day, a Boise State went on a run and they were undefeated. They were in the top 10 ranked.
Yes. I
Fresno State, again, remember, 05 playing USC, Fresno State was ranked inside the top 10 in that game against the Trojans in L.A.
I do think it was always going to get worse before it got better.
And I think that, I don't know how close we are to better, but we're definitely sitting in a place of this.
Oh, it's going to get even worse.
This is why I am more attracted to NFL. Who would have thought that you'd have players staying longer with a professional team than you have players staying with their college universities? Like, who would have thought we'd have that? And that's why professional sports is so iffy, right? You never get to really connect. College sports was all about connecting. You connected to that player. He was a freshman. He was 18. He left your university. He was a grown adult. And, he put himself into the community. Most of those guys did. We don't see it as often as we did before. Now, the Seattle Seahawks, they built with some youth. They went out. They got their head coach, right? They went out, and it has sparked a wide range of emotions online where it's like, if you were the Detroit Lions, why didn't you move on from Dan Campbell and hire Ben Johnson as your next head coach. If you have these offensive geniuses in your building, you need to do everything possible to keep them. Why not get rid of John Harbaugh and elevate McDonald? That would have been the smart decision to do. I don't know about that. We'll talk more. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles right here on Sactown Sports.
You never know what you might hear when listening to a Sacramento Kings game.
Out of Keegan, going for another triple. Man, is he feeling it. Keegan, can he do it? Yes, there's number 11, Keegan Murray. Keegan steps back. He just knocked down his 12th three-pointer, a Kings franchise record. He's got 45 points.
Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with Sactown Sports and the Sactown Sports app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root off with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guarantee details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets the Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Just announced, Stockton Honda has been named #1 of California's best car dealers in 2025 by USA Today and Statista. This prestigious award is based on thousands of customer reviews and recommendations, ranking dealerships for service, value, and satisfaction. Out of hundreds evaluated, Stockton Honda is proud to be #1, recognized for all-around excellence and commitment to our customers. Visit Stockton Honda, where reputation meets the road.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
At InShape, there's a place for every kind of mover. The Sometimer, the early riser, after-work grinder, the yogi, lifter, walker, runner, sauna seeker, recoverer. If you walk, lift, stretch, or sweat, you belong. Start the year strong and join today at InShape.com.
Allen Stiles
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
All right, I ran some laps. I got to calm down. I'm getting worked up with Anthony during the break about college football. Just so broken. It is, and again, I apologize to all of you. You're probably like, give me Kings, give me Niners. Why are you talking college sports? College playoffs tomorrow, tonight, and tomorrow. And we get semis. Just, isn't it? How are we not playing these games weekly? Like, how are we playing these games? All right, yeah, we got to play on New Year's Eve, so we're going to have like 15 days between the first round of the playoff to then the quarter, and then the quarterfinal. Oh, we're going to do another like 10 days, and then until January 20-something until we play the championship.
They all have to be on the same day.
It's so mind-blowing. And we were talking about like promotion, relegation, inserted like that. I think, and people always think that you can insert promotion, relegation in professional sports here in this country, and I don't see it because how are you going to tell? And we were kind of alluding to this in the other portion of our private conversation that I'm now giving to our radio listeners. The reason promotion and relegation would work in just natural sports is you're asking an owner who's worth billions of dollars, hey, you know that $300 million franchise right there, 500, 600, they're going to go to the next division if you guys are bad. Like, what billionaire is going to sit there and go, all right, that's good.
What would happen to the Kings?
Who cares? Who cares? No. Now you're talking about college sports, which is not supposed to be money first, Anthony. You talk about college athletics, that would work because you have a conference system. You already have it kind of built in. You get money allotted to you by your conference. That is how you're able to pay for things. And if you were to run into an issue, say a Pac-12 loser, I gave that, let's just go old Pac-12, right? If Oregon had a bad year in the Pac-12, UCLA more likely, let's do them. UCLA has a terrible year. I know Jason Ross not going to like that. Arizona State has a terrible year. And they played the champion of the Mountain West, which is Boise State. UNLV, Fresno State. Boise State wins. Now they're in the Pac-12, old Pac-12. And Arizona State now has to play in the Mountain West. Now the difference in check is tremendous. The difference of the check you get in the Pac-12, difference of check you get in the Mountain West. Now, does it work in all spheres? You would have to figure out what sports they go down in, what sports they don't go down in, all those things kind of hand in hand, and what other sports stay in the division. I said, but that's the most real way of making it happen.
And I think something like that, I don't think it'll happen anytime soon, but like I said last segment, it will get way worse before it gets better here.
Yeah, and it's going to get way worse in the near future. I think this upcoming summer, just with the changes they want, the fact that Alabama, 3 losses, the way they got in, even after kind of getting thumped by Georgia in the SEC championship, not really making it competitive, everybody scratching their head, not understanding. Why not bringing BYU into this, or why not bring Tech? Like, yeah, I get it. Now, let's talk a little NFL here. The Seattle Seahawks and what they've done this year. They are now a 13-3 team. Now, they've done so handling business. Like, there have been many of times this year where I look at this Seahawks team and I go, wow, okay. They came out to play. But they've also had a lot of times this year where you scratch your head and not understand how they lost that game. Now, they've already lost to the 49ers once, and that was September 7th in Seattle, that 17-13 game. Now, the Seahawks inside the division did well. They obviously beat on the Arizona Cardinals. And then with the Rams, they split both close games. So, obviously, this game with the 49ers division is all. But I was watching them against the Panthers, and it don't look like Seattle was trying to give that game away.
Sometimes it looks like Sam Darnold is allergic to getting the ball into the end zone. It helps that they have Jason Myers, who's one of the best field goal kickers in the league, but that makes me hopeful. Even with all the weapons that they have, it just, like we were talking about earlier, he seems scared sometimes. He won't make the play. It's like right there, and you watch in slow motion. You're like, he's open. Why aren't you throwing the ball there? And then he goes down. So I'm hopeful, and it is huge stakes.
Yeah, at half, this game was 3-3. And I think entering the fourth quarter, scroll here. entering the fourth quarter was 17-10 against the Panthers. Like, not entering, but just into the fourth quarter, the Panthers got a touchdown. And then they opened it up after that. So it was 17-10 at that point, then 20-10, then 27-10. With Sam Darnold, he doesn't get enough protection. That's first of all. A lot of the stuff they're trying to do seemingly is deep down the field. I don't think they run the ball well enough, even though some might say, well, they haven't had to or whatever you look at. But when you have two guys, Kenneth Walker and Charbonnet, and they carried 161 yards against the Carolina Panthers. Their quarterback threw just under 30 times for 147 yards, 1 touchdown, 1 interception. Unless your guys are going to combo this and go over 200 yards, that's not a good day. Where two of your backs are 150 yards and your quarterback's at about the same 147 yards. In this NFL, not a recipe for success. Now, against Carolina Panthers, might be a recipe of success because Carolina was intercepted like 30 times in this game. But against the Rams, who handed you a game after Sam Darnold seemingly was giving the Rams that one, against 49ers, against the Eagles, against the Bears, it is not winning you any games.
It's weird to say that the current number one seed in the NFC has been surviving because they win so many games. They're 13-3. Obviously, they've been doing better than surviving. But when you watch the games, it seems like they are just surviving, which is semi-worrying.
But to that point, though, they have then games like this: 26-0 over the Vikings, 37-9 over the Falcons. What was the other one I saw? 44-13 against the Saints. They get the job done when necessary. And against good teams is where they seem to survive.
Yeah, but then...
This reminds me of the Minnesota Vikings of a few years ago.
I agree.
That team that was just winning one-score games and was like an insane record of one-score games was like 9-1 or something like that.
Are you talking about the Kirk Cousins?
Yes.
Okay.
The ones that came back against the Indianapolis Colts. That was the insanity of that year. But yes, the Kirk Cousins-led team. That's what this feels like to me. A team that's really good, that is good. I don't think they're as good as their record indicates. And hey, maybe our sister station, Seattle Sports, maybe I talk with their guys later and they tell me how foolish I am to think those things. But I don't know. 13-3 seems fake right now for me.
I think that they would agree. I think that they were not thinking that they'd be this good at the beginning of the season. I don't know any Seattle fan who thought that they'd be the one seed at this point in the season. I think that everything worked out, getting rid of Metcalf and getting rid of Pete Carroll and moving on from Geno. I think that it's worked out really, really well. And JSN is one of the best receivers in the NFL now.
When there was people thinking he was going to take a step back.
Yeah.
Because, the new offense, new everything.
So I think everything, if you're a Seattle fan, even if things don't go right in these playoffs, if you feel good, I think. They're kind of set to do something in the future if they have to move on from Darnold, if they don't. I think that they have room to grow, which is exciting. But for right now, I think that they're fake.
I think this is a team that can win a playoff game, maybe even two. I don't believe in Sam Darnold whatsoever. I've never believed in Sam Darnold, even when everybody kept telling me he was the best thrower on the San Francisco 49ers just a couple of years ago. But aside from all of that, like I just look at the Seahawks team and I don't believe in them whatsoever. And maybe that's their thing. And maybe in a week or after this weekend, I'm looking like the biggest fool with pie all over my face going, I was wrong. I just don't feel like it. I don't feel like I am. And I'm not saying that the Niners are the team that are going to do this to the Seahawks. I'm saying if they need the one seed, if you're talking about a team that I think can be upset by the Tampa Bay Buccaneers, because they obviously just beat the Carolina Panthers, and I think they could do it again. They did it on the East Coast. They would have to go back to the East Coast to play them. But if there's a team I think the Seahawks could lose to in an opening round at that 5th seed, I think it's Tampa Bay Buccaneers. And I think that's where, if you're the Seahawks, you're saying, I need to win on Saturday. There's no and or buts. I need the number 1 seed. I need the bye, and I need to get to the other side, right? Like that's where it is. And so I'm intrigued. I'm a Seahawk hater, especially after the Legion of Boom and what they did to the San Francisco 49ers. And one of the reasons why I've never seen the 49ers win a Super Bowl. Yeah, there's a little rivalry there. There's a little hatred there. But to that mix, I just don't believe him. I don't believe in the quarterback. I don't believe in the run game. I like JSN a lot. I like their defense. I don't believe in anything else. I like their head coach. I think their head coach is really good, and he should be inside the head coach of the year discussions. We'll talk more about that. We'll talk more about the 49ers and what their opportunities are for a number 1 overall seed, and how are things looking for San Francisco? How are things looking for the 49ers? And do you say San Fran or do you not say San Fran? That's a bigger question right there as well. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles. Hour 3 on the way next. Sactown Sports, 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
California's largest sportsman's expo is back, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Just once a year, NorCal's largest gathering for anglers, hunters, boaters, RVers, and off-roading enthusiasts. Buy the latest gear, discover the best destinations. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Rain on game day doesn't faze Dave. He's already got his poncho. Just needs to do something about those wipers. So Dave heads to AutoZone.
Welcome to AutoZone,
where a friendly AutoZoner helps him get premium quiet wipers and some hand warmers.
You're all set.
Now, if only his team can handle the elements as well as his new wipers. Get wipers, glass cleaner, and more with no hassles, just help at AutoZone.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com. CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
Your local sports leader in the 916.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento. KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios, Sactown Sports 1140.
Allen Stiles. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
You know what always has made me chuckle a little bit and is always kind of like, maybe not, it doesn't get me like riled up, but it humors me. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles, host of the Allen Stiles Show, Monday through Friday, usually 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. Today you got me, and we are heading through 2 more hours before we hand you off to Westwood One Sports. Now, what I was saying is, one of the things that kind of gets me chuckled and like, it's a little humorous. So people get mad at the name that they call your city. Like, it's like Sacramento residents get frustrated when anyone says Sac. I get it. Like, it's not the name of your city, and you're proudful of your city, and I feel that. I genuinely feel that, and I feel that because I've had to defend Fresno my entire life. I get it. Like, our best nickname is the No.
That's interesting. I've never heard
right?
that.
Like, our best nickname is the No because Fresno. And they created this whole thing called, like, Fres Yes.
I have heard that.
Yeah, it's just...
pretty funny.
Let me not make insults people that I then know in Fresno in these channels. It's particularly not my favorite thing in the world.
It's funny.
But Fres Yes Fest. I don't know what they call it, right? Like, we have the taco throwdown. Like, we get some things going. I didn't know it was that deep with San Fran.
There's a lot of them in San Francisco that they like don't like. There's like Frisco. I don't know if they like it or not. There's a lot that they're just like really particular about. I think it's because they have so many like transplants that they're like, we need to protect this one thing. But
I think even as a kid in Fresno, we get taught to call it San Fran.
I've always called it SF.
I've always just said San Francisco.
Yeah, that works. They can't get mad at that.
I'm like, we're going to San Francisco. I've said San Fran before, but it doesn't feel right to me.
Yeah, I don't know if I like San Fran.
I get why others say it.
Yeah.
It's an abbreviation and it's quick. That's why I've never understand like other ones, right? Like there's just others out there that okay, that doesn't seem like it combines with the city, but like I think LA's the one city that accepts all of its nicknames.
Yeah,
but honestly, the nicknames are pretty easy. You know, the City of Angels.
It all works. I've never heard anyone get mad at Sac. People get mad about Sac?
No. It was just the first thing that. Oh. No. It was the first thing that came into my mind. If people get, I don't know.
Like I'm from here, and I feel like I call it Sac.
I've said we're going to Sac.
Yeah.
I've said it from Fresno. Like that's again, it's the thing, right? Like I know there are people that hate Vegas.
Really, from Las Vegas?
From Las Vegas.
Don't call it Vegas.
Don't call it Vegas. It's not Vegas.
Do they say like LV?
I haven't cut too deep in that.
I'd want to dive deep into that. Let's make some calls.
Yeah, I was like, I haven't got that deep in there, Anthony. But it just, I feel the pride for a city. Again, I'm prideful for my city. Not a lot of pride to be had, but, it's in there. It's proud. I'm proud of Sacramento now. I've been here 2 years.
Yeah. It's the thing.
I'll fight for Sacramento now. I wear Republic. I wear Kings hats. I won't wear A stuff until they put Sacramento on it.
There you go.
Like, come
I'm
on.
there with
like,
you.
That's my route. That's where I'm going. So, I don't know. I'm interested. Like, if you guys on YouTube want to mention any of those kind of things, we can dive into that. Now, let's talk a little bit about the 49ers here. And we talk Kings to open the show. Some people might be saying, where's all the Kings talk? I get it. They lost by 40 last night. Like, how much of that do you want me to dissect? Like, I'm being honest here, Anthony. Like, how much do you want me to dissect? That Russell Westbrook is playing meaningful minutes for the Sacramento Kings?
They lost by over 60 in both LA games combined. It's we want to forget the road trip.
It's a team that's won 8 games, lost 25 of them. They've lost back-to-back games in LA. They're going to play tomorrow night. You're going to see Maxine. You're going to see the young guys. Like, how much can I, again, not your normal host, so I'm also very attentive to that. How much will I add to your Kings frustrations today? I'm trying to get into the new year on a positive note here.
Especially after those games, because on losses, there can still be positive things. After those games, I don't know if I have anything positive to say. Like, Neek had a career high, but most of those came after they were already down 30. So I don't know what else to say other than let's hope that it goes better in the next one. Like, after the Detroit game, I don't even care that they lost. I liked what I saw.
Yeah. That's another thing that matters. If you're losing, you're in these games, it feels a little different. You're losing by 40, it's an entire different ball game. And by the way, I saw the comment. I have to wear my headphone this way. And the hat just brings it that same way. I don't naturally just wear my hat like I'm in the 90s, just FYI. Like I don't wear it a little off-centered. I don't usually do the headphone the way I am. Got a messed up left ear, guys. I can't put the headphone on the left ear. Doctor's orders, by the way. At least a month. Just wanted to put that out there. But, yeah, all of the guys had a minus. Plus, minus, all minus.
Yeah, and they had the same thing in the Lakers game, other than Dylan Cardwell, who didn't play because Drew Eubanks was back, which I'm kind of sad about. I like Cardwell. I like how he does trying to get the crowd hyped up anytime he does anything. I give into it. I went to a couple games and I stood up every time he did it. It could have been nothing, and if you want to get the crowd hyped up, I'll be there.
It just goes to, and I like that, by the way. I like that you're willing. I'm just gonna sit here, but here's the thing. I sit through things. If I'm a Braves fan, as I've said before, I sat through that beating they took from the LA Dodgers in the playoffs.
Yeah, you're not turning it off.
Watch the entire thing. May she rest in peace. My grandmother, who I watched every playoff game with that year, she looked at me and she's like, "Mijo, you sure you want to watch this? Like, I can make you some food." I'm like, I'm good. And she sat there and watched the rest of that game. So like, I can appreciate someone standing and cheering at any given time. But Keegan Murray played 30 minutes, got you 11 points, 2 rebounds, 1 assist. He went 4 of 13 from the field. And this is one of those games that I was saying earlier, and I'm diverting a little bit from the 49er discussion, which we will get to. But these are the games that I said earlier. You're the guy. But to this point, I have not seen, and maybe you can correct me, I haven't seen Keegan Murray be the guy.
Outside of his rookie season, I don't think that anyone could look at Keegan and be like, that's our offensive player of the future. His defense is incredible, and I think that a lot of this can be attributed to him having to do so much on the defensive end. But in this game, the Clippers specifically, DeMar only shot 8 shots. Russ got 10, but Russ is always going to get his shots up. He has the ball in his hands all the time, and at a certain point, he's like, I just have to shoot this. They're leaving me open. When they take a step back, there needs to be someone who steps up, and I think it was Keegan, but I think he got in his own head. 4 for 13. 13's more than anyone else on the team. Neek shot the second most with 12, which I'm happy about. I would like to see when things are going terribly wrong. I like to see that Neek is still trying. I want to watch those guys.
He should be putting up shots.
Yes.
Yeah.
That's exactly what I want to see. But from Keegan specifically, I don't really have anything positive to say, even on the defensive end, which makes me sad as well.
And again, I listen to the guys every single day. I hear how the guys talk about Keegan Murray. And look, I don't have the beam team blinders on me. I don't. Since I've been here, I've seen great Keegan Murray acts. I've seen some, you've heard the imaging. You've heard, and another 3 for Keegan Murray. Like, you've heard it. But I haven't seen it. And that's where I have hesitation of anyone that tells me we need to hitch our wagon here. And I get the extension, and I get everything that goes with it. Keegan should be, and that's not even close to what I am saying here. Keegan should be one of the guys. But when is it time we stop saying should be? And we start talking about him being the guy. Him taking this team. I don't care that DeMar DeRozan's on this team. And I'm a midi guy. I'm a DeMar guy through and through. I was so pumped when he signed here. I don't care that you have DeMar. I don't care that you have Russ. I don't care that you have Zach. I don't care that you got Domantas Sabonis when he comes back. You're not a rookie anymore. You were a college-built player when you got here in the first place, and I get it. I get the NBA takes a little time to get to that next level. But you're supposed to be taking steps, even if they're not strides. You're supposed to be going up the escalator one step at a time. And right now, it feels like he's turned around and he's walking down the escalator that is going up. Sometimes he accidentally goes back up. Then he is like forcefully going. And I just haven't seen him be the guy. And again, maybe he can be. Maybe you get Russ off this team, DeMar off this team, Zach off this team, and he is that. But I was seeing Austin Reeves be something like that even before those guys got off the team, right? Like when injuries happen, Austin stepped up. I've seen guys, when needed, they show those spurts. And I get it. You got to defend. But the thing that is making you the guy in Sacramento is being a two-way player. That means offense. That means defense. That means getting buckets. That means defending one of the best guys on the other side. That is what's supposed to be your calling card. And if you're just a defensive stopper and you hit up spot up threes and you'll have a 30 burger, you'll put up a 20 here or there, but mostly your job is to defend. Is that part of the rebuild?
I think it still is. It's not what everyone wants. I think that we have to have some kind of hope, and we haven't seen enough from Neek or Maxime. And I know some people want Keon to be a part of the rebuild, but we all really don't know if he fits the timeline, so he might be traded. Keegan is the only one who's like making money, and he's been here for a few years, and he is basically, we know he's going to be a part of the future on some level. So I think we all have this tendency to want him to be a number 1 or number 2 option on offense than be really great on defense, because we know he's really great on defense. But it's not happening right now.
Again, this is a guy who watches and listens, right, more than I do stat pick, and that I don't do that. Like, I'm listening to the guys and I'm, ooh, that was a great segment. I don't dive into the minutia of things as much as I used to. He's 25 years old. Not young, not old. In the NBA, though,
he doesn't.
In the NBA, 25?
Conventional knowledge says that he's not going to develop much further. That is kind of what you want to assume with his age. But I kind of want to give him the benefit of the doubt on the fact that the Kings have been such a roller coaster that maybe it's just stunted a little bit. And once this is kind of figured out, like next season, I want to give Keegan a chance to be like a focal point of the offense. And then if that doesn't work, then you can figure out how he fits. If he's like on the bench as like a defensive stopper, I still think he fits in Sacramento. I think that there's no way the Kings would be horrible without Keegan, just because of the way that the roster is constructed. But I don't know how he fits as a number 1 option or a number 2 option on offense.
My worry here is that everybody is waiting for the bigger fishes to leave the pond, right? They're waiting for the bigger fishes who are eating all the food to go away, to jump to the next pond. And Keegan's that 4th fish that is hanging out, is just kind of eating when he can, just going. And we're expecting him to turn into the fish that starts beating those big fish. And the reason I say that is when you compete, you have to show moments that you can compete with anybody, that you got it, that you got that little bit of it, where it's like, come on, I'm the guy. I'm him, right? Everyone has to have that. Like I've said it, in order to be a great player, you have to have a little diva in you. You just do. Now I've heard Keegan's dad talk with Allen in here, and I've heard that, when he's at home, he's definitely, and I'm not saying I need to see fire. I need to see a guy that reacts or gets teed up or does. I don't care for that. That's not what gets me going as a player. But I want you to be able to compete, to go in and take, as he did previous seasons, take the final shot. But want it. To want to then dominate a game. To then take over and say, this is my game tonight. I've never seen him take over, let alone be given the game. He's been given the game. He's been, Keegan, this is your night. But Keegan, maybe I just came in a little late, but I've never seen Keegan say, this is my game. I'm going to take that. Give me that.
No, I don't think that is what Keegan is, and I don't know. That's the hardest part.
So then the rookies that are going to come in at a higher rate than Keegan, right? Like that. Yeah. Those are the points that I'm making. Is this team better than I do, and I'm throwing a lot of things out there that the listeners might sit here, or the viewers might sit here and go, "Well, this guy doesn't know ball," and I'm not saying I do. What I'm saying is I'm looking from an outside perspective on what I've seen. I've watched the NBA my entire life. Now, have I been invested in the NBA? That's a different conversation. But I've watched the NBA my entire life. I've competed my entire life. I love winning. I've always loved winning. I'm a competitor to my bones. And Keegan's a competitor. You don't get to the NBA if you're not a competitor. You don't get to the NFL, Major League Baseball, Major League Soccer, any of the majors. You don't get there without being a competitor. But the guys that can lead your team have to show it. Maybe not talking, maybe not yelling, not getting teed up, not doing it, but they have to show something. And it feels closer to Maxine's team than it does Keegan's.
I can see that just because of how vocal he is. I think that he is very much a more vocal guy. I do think that trying to shoehorn Keegan into like a really, really prominent part of the offense didn't do him any favors. I think something similar happened with Tyreek Evans. I know he was never as, like Keegan hasn't been as great as Tyreek was when he was with the Kings, but the fall off happened after this insane explosion and just like over reliance on him. And I'm afraid that that's going to stunt Keegan. So for me, I'm okay if rookies come in and overshadow Keegan. I still think that Keegan has a role on this team in the future, whether that's him being on the bench. If it goes really, really bad, I still think that he's worth it.
But to that point, is it worth it? Is it worth 3 years from now figuring out that the guy is a defender, top tier defender, top defender in the NBA, but he's not going to get you buckets, and he's not good. Like, his position has become the position. What Keegan Murray plays is the premier position in the NBA now, right? 6'6" to 6'9". If you can be long, you can shoot the three, you can defend, you can get inside, score some buckets inside the paint. That's like the premier guy nowadays in the NBA. Very hard to come by. It's why everybody talks about all these guys that they want to trade for going into it. It's why the Kings don't want to trade Keegan away, because they feel that they trade this young 25-year-old away, and then he's going to turn into that guy that we all think he might not be.
And he's the only one on the team that is that size. And
it's the question since I've arrived, right? Like, I got to see season 2 of Keegan year after the Beam team. I got here late 23, early 24 is when I started truly paying attention to the Kings. So this is the Keegan I know. I don't know Beam Team Keegan. I can go back and watch the highlights, but I don't know Beam Team Keegan. So it makes me feel that Keegan is someone that is going to be your 3rd, 4th, or 5th, will be your best defender, but will be 4th, 5th, or 6th option when it comes to scoring. Right now, that's my interpretation of Keegan when I haven't gotten all of the rest of what everyone else in this market has gotten. That right now is where I sit. Good or wrong, bad or right, wrong or right, that's where I'm at.
I think I'm with you. I just also think that that's not that bad. Like, I think that Keegan has a spot because there's no one else there. He fits the timeline and he defends. So if that works with the Doug Christie, Scott Perry pillars of what the Kings are, he's doing it. It's just we need more. And if he fits on the bench later, if this really doesn't work out, I still think that I would give him another year just because of how insane. And I did watch the Beam Team season, and I know how good Keegan can be. I don't know if he'll ever get back to shooting the insane percentage he was shooting before. But I will say that I enjoy what he does anyways. I think that trying to shoehorn him into this crazy leadership position is weird. I don't know if I think that he's that. But it's what's happening because the Kings are in such a weird position. I still like him.
But to that point is what I get to. I think sometimes we get enamored with players. I think sometimes we feel a connection. It's what I felt. And I like always drawing parallels for listeners, FYI. Listener is going to hear me, going to draw parallels to my own life all the time. But it's why when Freddie Freeman left to the Dodgers, right? I was a Freddie Freeman guy. Not anymore. Freddie's done to me, okay? Freddie's not even in Major League Baseball to me anymore. So I get it. I get that consistency. It's my fear that because we're not used to nice things, that when we get something nice, we're not willing to exchange it for something that can be potentially better. It's the Lakers deciding that Horton Tucker was not tradable.
Wow, I don't think he's that bad.
No, I don't.
That's
no. The parallel what I'm drawing is Laker fans, annoying as annoying can be, were convincing everybody that THT Wright was the guy, that he was going to be the next level thing. I'm not saying that not by any Kings fans, please understand I'm not saying that. What I'm saying is sometimes inside a fan base we overvalue. I'm not saying Keegan's overvalued. I like Keegan Murray. I have his jersey in my office. I'm a Keegan guy. But my job as an outsider here is to draw something for you guys to draw a conclusion. I think Keegan should be on this team. I think Keegan Murray is great for this team. I think he's going to be here for the next 5 years at the minimum. That's my belief. But should he be? Is the question as listeners, as Kings fans, as NBA fans, you structure and you think about. You understand where it goes. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Download the Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
$5,000. That's the average amount of money people in the U.S. are now spending on gas in a year. $5,000. That's crazy. If you drive, you have to download Upside, the free app that gives you cash back every time you get gas. That's right. You can earn real cash back with Upside just by buying the gas you're already buying. You can literally start earning cash back today.
I use Upside every time I fill up, and I've already made around $300.
You're putting gas in your car anyway. Why not get real cash back? If you like free money, download Upside.
I'm saving the cash I earn from using Upside to help pay for a vacation later this year.
Download the free Upside app now to earn cash back every time you buy gas. Use promo code LOVE to get an extra 25 cents per gallon on your first tank. You can cash out anytime right to your bank, PayPal, or a gift card for Amazon and other brands. Just download the free Upside app and use promo code LOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus on your first tank. That's code LOVE for a 25 cents per gallon bonus.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
I'm Craig Ashton of the injury law firm of Ashton & Price. The winter months bring joy, but also with more rain and snow, unfortunately, more accidents. Over the last quarter century, thousands of Northern California residents have looked to Ashton & Price to be their root op with a law license to guide them through the storm of an injury claim. As always, we wish you and your family the safest and happiest of holidays. But if you need us, at Ashton & Price, we're here for you. So whether you've been naughty or nice, happiest holidays from Ashton & Price.
Remember, for the best advice, don't think twice. Call Ashton & Price.
Weekend escape to bucket list adventure. Plan your trip at the Sportsman's Expo. This is the region's greatest selection of outdoor travel. California, the West, Alaska to Mexico, Canada to South Africa. Outfitters, guides, lodges, and destinations. Your chance to meet the experts who'll make your trip unforgettable. California's largest sportsman's travel event is back, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Details at sportsexpos.com.
Year-end pricing's in effect. Every vehicle's priced to sell before the new year during Happy Honda Days at Folsom Lake Honda, your one-stop Honda shop.
Get behind the wheel of your new Accord or Civic today. Own or lease during Happy Honda Days at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
As a family-owned and operated dealership since 2009, customer service is our #1 priority. Our customers love doing business with us, and you will too. Folsom Lake Honda is your one-stop Honda shop.
Visit us at FolsomLakeHonda.com.
Your one-stop Honda shop.
Makita knows that pros never settle, and neither do we. With Makita, you get tools that perform at the highest level on every job without compromise. Makita is for the most detailed pros, expertly engineered to deliver precision, job after job. When your work calls for the best, call on Makita. Makita, built to be the best. Available at the Home Depot.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Charlie's battery is struggling to start. Not ideal before the tailgate, so he goes to AutoZone,
Welcome to AutoZone.
where a friendly AutoZoner tests his battery for free. Looks like he needs a new one, so he gets a Duralast battery.
Have fun and stay warm.
And he makes it to the tailgate early enough to get his favorite spot. Free battery testing and charging. No hassles, just help.
Get in the zone, AutoZone.
Restrictions apply.
Allen Stiles
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
I almost keep forgetting not to put the headphone on my left ear. Every time I get it off there for our YouTube viewers who think Jose's cool or uncool because of the way he uses his headphones. Now, we had a couple of comments here on YouTube that I do want to give some of the conversation to. And apologies, I'm a little blind here. But the Kings don't have any two-way players. Keegan has an unfair task, in my opinion, and plays too many minutes. His wheels are falling off. Makes Zach LaVine play defense, and he puts up dry scoring numbers. Another comment is Keegan ain't a number one, but if he gets the right pieces around him, I could see him at a number 2 or 3 option.
I like that. I think best case scenario is like an OG Anunoby. I think that would be best case, or like a Mikal Bridges. He's in the corner, he plays defense, he knows how to run the floor. If you get better players around him who kind of fit his play style, I think it will work out. That's like best case scenario, though. I agree with both of them.
Someone put in the comment, if the Kings keep on going in the direction they're headed, they're going to end up in the direction they were headed. Something similar to that. I'm paraphrasing, but someone put that.
Yeah.
Oh, like, yeah. Sometimes we got to say water's wet.
Yep.
Just sometimes. Oh, my goodness. It just like I went down that rabbit hole with Keegan just because like I'm interested to see how people think. And look, I've said it. I think he could be your 3rd, 4th scoring option. He hasn't shown me consistently enough that he can be your 2nd scoring option. The reason I asked the question, though, is if you guys believe that we are very clearly headed to a rebuild, is Keegan someone that is going to, like, the questions you ask yourself, is Keegan going to be one of the guys that ends up making your team better because he gives the rookies the opportunities to be themselves? I think yes. I think he's going to let the rookies be themselves. It goes back to your point of, hey, if other rookies are shooting more, who cares? But when is he going to learn? Right? Because we talk about his development and his potential. And if he keeps getting stunted to grow, right, the year after the Beam team, the reason you go get a guy like DeMar DeRozan, don't understand, but you go get a guy like DeMar DeRozan heading into the second year, right, 23, 24, into 24, 25, pardon me. And so in that offseason after 23, 24, you go and get DeMar DeRozan. Keegan going into that next year was supposed to take the step last year. Last year was the step we all clearly were going to see Keegan take. He doesn't.
At least volume.
He had some really good games.
Mm-hmm.
So, like, I sit here and then I'll ask to that is trading Keegan Murray a no-no because of who he can be or because of what he can do to you if he leaves? And meaning, obviously, not to the Kings themselves, but what if they decide, hey, we're going to trade this kid? 25 is a kid to me. We're going to trade this young man, and he gets traded to a decent team, and they become contenders. And he starts showing you everything that you thought he could be. I think that to me is more of the fear than him staying.
I think that they're just trying to show that they have confidence in him by saying, like, Keegan's off the table. They're really trying to instill that confidence in Keegan. I think the DeMar DeRozan trade, I love DeMar. I think that did a number on his usage and his volume. I think that the way that they should have, we can all, hindsight's 20/20, but the way they probably should have handled the season after the Beam Team season is lower Harrison Barnes minutes and just kind of have him fill in there and try and keep everyone else the same. But that's back when they actually had power forwards on the team. So it's hard to look at that, but I think that's where it all started. A lot of players have a sophomore slump, but I think that it started with, here's DeMar DeRozan, who's going to be playing next to De'Aaron Fox and Domantas Sabonis, and you're going to go stand in the corner and then defend the best player.
As you look at it, Keegan Murray is going to be your fourth highest paid player going into 26-27, and that includes right now, as of right now, obviously, the contract's all depending, but DeMar DeRozan slotting in just above him at $25.7 million. Domas obviously sitting at 45, and Zach LaVine sitting over that 45 mark. I think I can live with this. I think that's the bigger scheme of this, right? Living with Keegan being your fourth highest paid player. That, I think, is a sweet spot. Getting paid just under 30, I think it's very good. I think that's a very good price. I think all of that, you play through that contract.
Yeah, I don't mind it at all.
Do that. As I've said, I believe in Keegan, so I want to make sure that is clear to everybody. I'm just asking questions to kind of ignite the thought process because I understand those that might be skeptical. Is, again, the way currently this 2025-26 team is constructed, you have guys taking 30%, 27% of the cap space. Being a bad team, you just can't have that.
Yeah. And we're in the early stages of them being a bad team. So I think it's safe to assume that in the not so distant future, whether they trade them this season or not, most of those guys are going to be gone. If things go relatively right, I think that a DeMar gets traded. Keon's the question, but Sabonis, LaVine, the idea is not to have them on the team long term, is kind of the feeling. Nothing concrete, obviously, but that's the feeling. And that's when, in my opinion, we start actually seeing what Keegan will be to this team. Because right now it's like he's trying to fit in, and like DeMar called him the leader of the team, but like how much of a leader can you be when you have like the third usage rate on the team? Like you're not even close to having the ball in your hands all the time. And when you do, it doesn't look that great. And you're still forced to defend the entire other team. Sometimes it looks like he is the entire defense. He'll move from defender or from ball handler to ball handler and just have to save them with like a well-timed block, or like he'll jump the passing lane. Same with Keon, but it's rough.
Yeah, I would agree with one of the YouTubers in the belief that right now the amount of minutes that he plays and at the effort level that he plays, this is not a long-term solution whatsoever. And yes, like I believe the development of Keegan is going to be interesting because of the changes in coaching staff, right? Going from Coach Brown now to Coach DC to Coach Doug Christie. What was Mike doing with Keegan as opposed to what is DC doing with Keegan? Those things matter, and what the emphasis is on his role matters as well, because look, they can tell us everything they want to tell us publicly, and then we're going to see what the actions are. Like, I think that's something that people who run organizations forget is you can tell us anything. What you show us is what matters. What we're seeing is what really matters. And right now, if you're the Sacramento Kings, what we're seeing is a 41-point loss to the Los Angeles Clippers, who have 11 wins. That's what we're seeing. Like, there are levels to things. And right now, the level that the Sacramento Kings are is that a team that is 1-2 slots away from you in positional and in standings is beating you by 40. That tells you where you currently are as a team. It tells you what the next month might be showing, because the deadline is knocking. Deadline it's right there. It's coming. And it's going to be here quicker than you know. Who is going to be at the G1C? Who will be coming to visit the G1C and the best crowd or the best fans in the NBA. Not me saying it. Multiple people have said it. We'll talk San Francisco 49ers when we come back. Are they going to be the number 1 seed? Are they going to be the number 5 seed? Where are the 49ers going to land in this? How is the NFL going? We'll talk 25. We'll talk 26. Talk a lot of things. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles. Sactown Sports, 1140.
Live and local.
With everything 49ers.
Intercepted by Fred Warner. Dives for the end zone. Touchdown! San Francisco! Bob George went up and caught
The
the ball. Touchdown!
49ers play on Sactown Sports 1140.
Taxes was feeling so stuck. Sitting in traffic, squeezing into a parking spot, all to squeeze in getting tax help during your lunch break. Now Taxes is a TurboTax expert who does your taxes for you, while you go about your day getting real-time notifications about their progress and the most money back guaranteed. Now this is Taxes. Intuit TurboTax. See guaranteed details at turbotax.com/guarantees. Only available with TurboTax experts. Real-time updates only in iOS mobile app.
Wesley Financial Group is not a law firm.
I'm Chuck McDowell, founder of Wesley Financial Group. Did you buy a timeshare because they told you it was a great investment? That's a lie. Most timeshares can be bought online for $1. To find out what your timeshare is worth and to cancel it, call us today and we'll send you our timeshare exit kit free with all your options for cancellation.
Call Wesley for your free exit info guide. 800-897-4400. That's 800-897-4400.
Award-winning guitarist and songwriter Gary Clark Jr. Tour 2026, Saturday, January 31st, 7 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. An electrifying night of music with Gary Clark Jr. Special guest, Marcus King Band. On sale at the venue at Thunder Valley. For tickets, visit thundervalleyresort.com. Gary Clark Jr. Live.
Everyone has a past, but what happens if you've made mistakes and made good on that past, but it keeps following you? Are you looking for an attorney to erase past records and restore your rights? Maybe even restore your gun rights? Do you need a reputable criminal defense attorney who knows even good people make bad mistakes? Well, the attorneys at Gonzalez Law Office are here to help. Find Gonzalez Law Office online at saclegaldefense.com or call them at 916-304-9187. We don't settle for less, and neither should you.
The holiday rush continues at your California Ford dealers. The Ford year-end sell-a-thon is on. Now through January 2nd, get our best offers across the most popular Ford trucks and SUVs. From America's best-selling Ford F-Series trucks for 48 years, the legendary F-150 and Super Duty, to the Bronco family of SUVs for those who don't wait for adventure to begin. Plus, all-electric standouts like the Mustang Mach-E and F-150 Lightning. And Explorer and Escape, the perfect balance of comfort, capability, and everyday versatility. Get ready to power through whatever the season brings in a Ford. But don't wait. These year-end sell-a-thon savings won't last. The clock's ticking. The lots are moving. And these are the season's biggest savings on an incredible selection of Ford vehicles. Rush in before the sell-a-thon and the savings are over January 2nd. Get to your California Ford dealers today. Claim based on 1977 and 2024 calendar year industry reported total.
You live for this. The wins, the losses, the slam dunks, and the buzzer beaters. The dream that this is your team's year. Hope. It's what keeps you coming back. So you represent with anticipation and with pride. Because when everything's on the line, your support means everything. That's why the NBA Store is here to support you. Check out the largest selection of official NBA gear at NBAstore.com. A Fanatics experience.
Country in the Park is back. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo. Miranda Lambert. John Party. Chris Young. Turnpike Troubadours. Dylan Scott and more. Line dancing live DJs, Mechanical Bulls, huge festival area, and food trucks. Tickets start at only $68. Country in the Park. May 8th and 9th at Cal Expo with Michelob Ultra and Raising Cane's Chicken Fingers. More info at CITBfest.com.
Okay, su guitarra.
your home for Kings talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
I have a habit of going through and looking at things during the break and just kind of, I don't do the Dave version. Okay, I don't just be finding things. Like I have a conversation with Dave because I was looking up Sacramento and something popped up here. I'm like, why are we looking at it during the show?
And you know it's Dave?
Come on. Come on, Anthony. You've been here long enough now.
Could have been Watkins.
You've been here long enough, Anthony.
It could have been Watkins. Could have been Jason last night.
Highly doubt it. I don't think it was Jason Ross either. I don't think it was Allen. I don't think it was Kevin.
Okay.
Whitey. So, come on.
We know who did it.
Yeah, we know who it is. But sometimes I'm looking at things, and I don't know what rock I was under. But I fell onto this tweet that is talking about a player in college basketball that is returning to college basketball, but is played in the NBA.
Yeah.
And played in China.
I think that they never played in the G League or the NBA. They were drafted.
And they played in Summer League.
Oh, did they? I haven't heard the whole thing, but I think that the reason why he can go back is because he never played a game in the G League.
But he could play overseas.
Yeah, that's allowed. I think that's been allowed.
That's been allowed.
Yeah.
No. It is a thing. It's a transfer thing where, but usually it's made for Europeans, not former college basketball players that go play professional and then come back.
Yeah.
That just seems like we talk about college football being a broken system. You're talking about college basketball being broken right now. You have players everywhere, 24-year-olds, there's 25-year-olds playing. There's John Calipari is complaining about the age of players, which I don't know if John Calipari should be complaining about anything, but complaining about players and saying they're old guys playing. Like you used to, like now I see a guy with his entire family, like his son and daughter and so. Sitting in the sections and he's going through all these things and like, when did college basketball stop being? When did college sports stop being about? Well, not the amateur thing. I've never believed in that. I've always believed they should get paid. I don't believe the university should be getting millions of dollars based off of their work. I don't believe that whatsoever.
It is weird that it's less like you're a student athlete, and I feel like there's a lot less of those guys. Like
Athlete-student now.
Yeah, I think it was more interesting when it's like that dude has homework tomorrow, and he just dropped 30.
He ain't doing homework.
Yeah, they're not doing homework
we
anymore.
We know that they're not doing their own work.
Yeah, and I guess like the best ones never were. But like I miss sometimes there are smaller schools have the guy like in March Madness where you're like, that dude's going to be an accountant in a year, but right now he's on the biggest stage. And that still happens, but it's a lot less.
I would say you still have the top tier players that understand they need to study, they need to do the stuff, they need to do all the work and get through it. Like I don't think CMC at Stanford, right, was just.
Yeah.
But to that point, now we're not even like the argument, I think. The plot is just missed. Like the entire arguments that everybody was made was Anthony should get a sandwich for his name, image, and likeness. Like Anthony should be allowed to be given a sandwich by Subway.
He shouldn't have to go to practice, school, and work a job to be able to play.
Anthony should get a haircut for free. Like that was the argument. Like, that's what we all were fighting for. Like, you shouldn't get a violation for head coach buying you a hot dog. Like, that, I think, is where we were all arguing for. And that is no longer the plot when we're talking about name, image, and likeness. The plot was let these guys be able to be sponsored by Nike, let them get a local hot dog stand or whatever that is in town that decides to feed them and also sponsor them. That's not the plot anymore.
Sometimes it is. Like, you'll see the smaller guys who, like, they get their NIL check and they're like, this is the greatest thing ever. I'm going to go buy, like,
I would say
a PS5.
You got offensive linemen.
Yeah.
Thinking that way.
Mm-hmm.
You got the guys on special teams who get the residual stuff. You got the guys who aren't as highly touted. But, you know, I like, again, the Bulldog Bread Collective in Fresno, I was around it for the first couple of years of his existence. I was heavily around it. And I have obviously a lot of things I cannot speak of. But, like, I got to see it at that level. I can't imagine the other levels that were existing for that. Like, you have a coach in Fresno State, in Vance Wolberg, who is giving his part of his paycheck to the NIL collective. Like, that's where we are. That's the insanity of what I was saying. The San Francisco 49ers first overall seed for the NFC is on the line this Saturday. Now, you have Brock one of my best takes that could end up being my worst take was, I don't believe the San Francisco 49ers will win a Super Bowl with Brock Purdy as their quarterback.
Oh, wow. You're, like, not a believer.
It's not that I wasn't a Brock Purdy believer. I just am when he starts getting paid $55, $60 million a year, he is not the superstar quarterback that I'd be throwing money at because he changes the game.
Okay.
That was my perspective a few years ago. Now, to that, still feel that way.
Really?
Right? Like, I feel it to an extent of saying, I think Brock Purdy is staunchly a top 10 quarterback in the NFL. I don't think there's argument to that.
Yeah.
What I believe, though, is Brock Purdy is sometimes playing. He will play like disguised top 5 quarterback. Like, you'll look at him, you go, no doubt that guy's a top 5 quarterback in the NFL right now.
Yeah.
You look at his place. Again, it was that. Why did Chris Collinsworth start talking about Patrick Mahomes? Because that dang near identical to Patrick Mahomes, which is the superstar level. It's the guy that can say, okay, all right, everybody, strap on, get on my back. Here we go. Let's go win a football game. Patrick Mahomes is that. Josh Allen, he's that. Joe Burrow has demonstrated to be that. Matt Stafford, he puts you on his back. He's not a top 5 quarterback, but he'll put you on his back. He's a great quarterback. Brock Purdy, to me, hadn't been that. Then watching him in that Chicago game, I'm sitting there going, is this the guy that is cosplaying as a top 5 quarterback? Or is this really a top 5 quarterback in the NFL?
My heart says he's top 5. Just because I just want him to be so bad. He's the best quarterback I've seen since, like, for the Niners since probably Kaepernick. Like,
and Kaepernick had the legs, not the arm. Well,
yeah.
he had a fastball.
So for me, like, my entire adult life, like, the team's always been good. Like, not always, but, like, the team since I've been watching football has been, like, good.
You didn't see the 05 time? You know,
I was 4 years old.
Okay. My apologies.
So for me, the Niners have always been good. They just always choked. And I've always been like, they need a better quarterback. And now Brock Purdy, to me, is that. But now they're kind of past that window of maybe not anymore. But
depends on what you do with Brandon Ayuk and that trade, what that ends up looking like. I think you got out of the Deebo Samuel nightmare quick enough. I think the biggest question is, are they good enough to draft an offensive line? Right? Because we're really close to the end of Trent Williams. Right? Yes. Retirement, here we go. Let's go in that route. I think they've done a great job with pack and play pieces. And things to just, let's put whatever we can in the offensive line. Let's have the quarterback just kind of scramble a little bit. Let's make sure that we're as scriptedly possible. What I love in Brock Purdy is he can get off script really quickly. But you need an offensive line. You need a backup. Like, I just look at the 49ers and I say, there is no backup to anything. I know that you've hitched your wagon to CMC. But is he a one good year, one off year? Because going and getting those treatments in, I believe, Germany, going and getting the stem cell stuff and all that, usually means you're nearer to the end than you are to the beginning.
Yeah, and I think that's why they're running him into the ground right now. They're like, we don't know how much longer we have with this guy.
Maybe this is our last year, right? Like George Kittle, he can't play 16, let alone 17. He's not someone that you can rely on in that. Now, Tunjas has looked good, but they don't have right now anybody. Like Pearsall looked really good. There was a couple of moves that he made in that Bears game, and I'm like, oh, yeah. Hey, nice route running. But right now, you don't look at that core and think there's anyone one-worthy, right?
No.
Like, Juwan's good, but he's a second, third option. Pearsall good, but right now, second, third, fourth option. George Kittle's your number one option, but he can't stay healthy.
I think Juwan has the potential to be. I think that a lot of people feel that way, but I still think right now it's McCaffrey is the number one receiver and number one running back, and it's scary, especially because of that offensive line. There was a while there where he couldn't get Christian McCaffrey could not get past the line of scrimmage. It was terrifying to watch.
And to that point, how long do you have Robert Saleh? How long do you have him at DC? Because obviously, last time I checked, 49ers have lost back-to-back really good DCs. Now, I'm talking about D'Amico Ryans and obviously Robert Saleh. Now, D'Amico doing what he's doing defensively in Houston, and we've heard, right, John Lynch say, yeah, Robert's not going to take a job just to take it. He's going to take a really good, job. I don't know if that opens up this offseason, but that's also a big thing to see for the future of the San Francisco 49ers. Now, most would say, hey, Jose, how about you stop worrying about the future of the 49ers and start thinking about this Saturday? Because they're playing from the number one seed. So who cares about 26, 27? Because 25 seems pretty dang good. We'll talk more about that on the other side. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports 1140.
The Drive Guys, weekdays 2 p.m. to 6 p.m.
on Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keeping safety supplies in stock. And for that, he relies on Grainger. Grainger offers a broad range of quality products and next-day delivery, so he can always play it safe. Call 1-800-GRAINGER, click Grainger.com, or just stop by. Grainger, for the ones who get it done.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's Holiday Food Drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today.
What a Maverick do, 'cause you are a Maverick too.
Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply.
CVS Health supports people in the moments that matter, from picking up a prescription to connecting care. With nearly 5 million daily interactions and serving 185 million consumers and 1.5 million healthcare professionals, CVS Health holds a trusted place in healthcare. By simplifying care and improving health, we're helping people get the care they need. Learn more at cvshealth.com/Investor Day. This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Coach Christie here letting you know the year-end sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford. And with your approved credit, get 0% financing plus 0 down, plus no payments for 90 days on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford today. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
Guys, if your energy is low, your strength isn't what it used to be, or your drive feels off, it's not just getting older. For many men, it's low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health Sacramento, you can start with a free T-check, exam, and consultation so you get real answers about your testosterone levels and overall health. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off testosterone replacement therapy. This isn't guesswork or one-size-fits-all treatment. Revive specializes in personalized, closely monitored testosterone care designed to help men feel stronger, sharper, and more like themselves again. With over 120,000 patients treated since 2011, Revive Men's Health is trusted for results, not hype. If you've been putting this off, now is the time to act. Claim your free T-check and consultation and see if you qualify for 25% off TRT. This month only. Call 916-619-3000. That's 916-619-3000. Or visit ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
The winter service event is on at Maida Subaru. Now is the time to let Maida Subaru get your Subaru road ready for the winter weather with exceptional savings on tires, brakes, wiper blades, and more. See all the service specials at MaidaSubaru.com.
KHTK HD1 Sacramento, KYMX HD3 Sacramento.
Your home for Kings basketball for over 25 seasons.
Hammer time thrown down by the league.
From the Power Business Technology Toshiba Studios.
Sactown Sports, 1140. Allen Stiles. Watch the show on youtube.com/Sactown Sports 1140.
Or listen on the Sactown Sports app.
Hour number 4. 4 hours almost in the books. We got one more hour to roll, go through, get yelled at by all of you who don't like Jose, and that's okay. You'll get a different person in this chair on Friday. You'll get Brendan Nunez, Sactown Sports writer. On Friday morning, you're going to get Christopher Gabriel, who will be guest hosting the morning show. And we go through Happy New Year. It's going to be Happy New Year very, very soon. You do anything, Anthony? Are you a New Year's Eve guy? Go party, go have fun, all within the constraints?
Yeah. I mean, like I did, like in college. Now I'm probably go out, but as soon as that ball drops, I'm going right home. Not staying out too late.
Yeah, with the 13-month-old, we're not really midnight people. Like he's trying to go out night at 9 o'clock. And we got to take advantage of every time he does go night because he's been going through teething and learning new motor skills and stuff. So he's been having some horrendous sleep. So yeah, I'm with you. I definitely am like 9, 10 p.m. We're going to fake the ball drop and all right, we're going to sleep.
Yeah, use the East Coast one.
Anthony, this is why you're here, man.
Yeah. That's what my mom used to do. She was like, look, it's done. Go to bed.
Oh, you saw it. Go to sleep.
Yeah.
Close those eyes, Anthony. Oh, man. See, this is the beauty of having Hispanic parents who did not know you could do that. Did not know. We rode to 2 a.m. Now, we were different kids, though. We were energetic. We were running around. We were at Grandma and Grandpa's house. All the uncles, doing their uncle things. All the aunts just hanging out. 1 a.m. All the kids passed out inside the living room. Parents still going. That's, again, not good or bad. I'm not asking you to judge me.
Yeah, no.
It's Hispanic family. And to see their kids now going, I don't know if I can do 10 o'clock. Well, my parents and uncles, aunts, they're going till 3, 4 in the morning.
It's too much.
I can't imagine that.
I haven't stayed up that late.
Like what a cultural shift, right? Like not cultural. What a generational shift. Like it seems like the millennials to the Gen Zers to the Alpha, I think is after that.
Yeah.
Seemingly are, I'd rather stay home. I'm good. I play some video games.
I mean, we'll see what Alpha does. Alpha's like kids, right? Like
I think
that's
so. Yeah. But you can see it when you're young. Like you see the kids that are crazy. They're just like, yeah. What are you even doing? I don't know. I'm good. Let's keep going. And again, like I wasn't that. It just intrigues me. It just intrigues me. Like how much is there to do here in Sacramento on New Year's Eve? I don't need you to name specifics.
Yeah.
Obviously, no free promotion in here.
There's definitely enough. I mean, if you want to go out, you can find somewhere to go out. Like downtown definitely has stuff. I know a few parties that I know people go to, but there isn't stuff to like do in terms of like a block party. There's no ball drop downtown. It's not New York, but like you can find parties.
Okay. All right. Now, again, just apologizing for all of you guys for taking you every single which way, taking you left, right, center. We're going a little bit of everywhere. We're filling in for the aforementioned Allen Stiles. I've been behind the mic maybe 10 times in 2025, so forgive me for my chaos. I'm a little chaotic today. Just sometimes it just builds up and comes out. So hopefully my voice is not annoying, and we just kind of we get through here. The 49ers play the Seahawks this Saturday. Now, my dislike of the Seattle Seahawks leads me to lean into a San Francisco 49er win. Now, if you're the 49ers, you're playing at home. How much, Anthony, does this short week matter?
For the 49ers, it matters a lot. They have...
But you're at home.
Yeah. So it's hard to say because it just depends on like the fatigue. It was an insane game. I think that they're all relatively tired. I think that it'll be harder than if they had like a normal week, but I still think they'd win. Like I find it really hard to ever say that the Niners are going to lose. It makes me like sad to think that. So in my mind, they're always going to win the game.
Yeah. But you have a short week for the Seahawks,
oh,
right?
Yes.
They play Monday Night Football.
Yes.
So thinking of their short week, because, yeah, your 49ers played Sunday night. Luckily you're at home. But it is draining to have gone through the kind of game. Again, a 42-38 game. It's not an easy thing to have to overcome. And especially because it went down to the wire, right? The Bears had a chance at the end. Caleb Williams had a chance without setting his feet at the end. He had a chance.
Open guy.
Right there. But I give him credit. He almost made a throw without his feet being nearly in the set position they need to be. Like, that was all arm. So I get the stress that it would put the 49ers under. But if you're the Seahawks, you also just play one heck of a game, right? You also just kind of went through what the motions of that is. If you're the Seahawks, how does that stand?
I think similarly, they both are. It affects them physically. You can't physically get away from that. But I think.
And by the way, I confused my birds. It was Rams Falcons.
Yeah,
I was too into fantasy football this week. My bad. So the Niners are the ones Sunday Night Football. Bird came into my head. I don't know why I thought the Rams Seahawks played this. I was hoping that Matthew Stafford didn't do much this past Monday, and that's where my entire brain was.
I thought that there was two games, and I just didn't know when the Seahawks played.
No, I just have hatred for Matthew Stafford making me lose a championship, fantasy football championship.
I think that at this point, it's a playoff game, and I think that the mental aspect goes into it now. I think that they are all fired up, and they need to win this game. Both teams want to win this game because it makes their odds to make it further in the playoffs so much better, especially for the Seahawks. But that's just because of my confidence in the 49ers. I think that going to be like an adrenaline rush game.
So what do you need? So if the 49ers win, number one, if the Seahawks win, number one, this is as rivalry kind of arises. Now, if you're thinking of the 49ers, they handled business against the Cardinals all season long. They handled business first game against the Rams. Second game, got ran out of the building. They did the San Francisco 49ers.
Yeah.
The first game against Seahawks, close, but hey, you had all the guys, right? All of the guys were surrounding in that game. So now, since Fred Warner, Bosa, Kittle, I haven't heard any official word on him.
Yeah, we don't have anything yet.
Some important pieces that won't be potentially in this game. Even though the 49ers are kind of rolling, should the Seahawks be favored in this? Knowing that the Seahawks, they came off, they beat the Rams, they're getting business done. Yeah, they beat the Panthers in a iffy one. They went back and forth, but hey, they went all the way to the East Coast and won that game. They're the ones having to come all the way back to play the San Francisco 49ers on Saturday. So they are at least on a trip of some sorts. Who should be favored in this game?
I want to put the 49ers just because they're coming off that insane win, and I think that they feel really good about themselves, and I also think that Brock Purdy is playing the best football that I've ever seen Brock Purdy play, like you said. Right now, it's pretty even on the odds. It's Seahawks minus 1.5.
So what that tells me, though, is that the Seahawks are bigger favorites, right? Because usually what they do is they give 3 to the home team.
Yeah.
And so if you're flipping it all the way, that seems like a 4.5 point favorite for the Seahawks. That's my estimation, just from the simple normal way they usually put those things together.
But it seems like the majority of people have their confidence in not the markets, but the majority of people who are playing these games have put their confidence in the 49ers to at least cover the spread. It's barely the majority, though, from what I'm looking at. It's like in the 50s, 50%. It's 53%.
Yeah. And the only injury news that has come out is McCaffrey's good to go for Saturday, because there was that concern with the lower back and the back stiffness, and it's like, oh, my goodness. When something small pops up of a CMC, you think the entire ceiling's coming down.
And Kittle was in practice, but we still don't know.
So it just gets intriguing. I look at this and I go, it's going to be the 49ers offense against the Seattle Seahawks defense. Duh. Now, what intrigues me in that is Brock Purdy has a chance to do something to the National Football League pundits, which will just be awesome. And watching them have to try to describe the fact that, yes, even with a not remotely strong schedule, that this 49ers team, with Brock missing as many games as he did, is the number 1 seed in the NFC.
And that is part of the reason why they rated him so low as a quarterback in the league after last season, is they're like, yeah, Brock's good, but he had a really good team around him, and then as soon as he didn't have a great team around him because of the injuries, he couldn't win games. And now he's winning games. So what do you say about Brock Purdy nationally? We were wrong, sorry, he got really good.
The 49ers have won 6 straight games, right? They're looking really good. As mentioned, like, how many real good wins do they have? Well, okay, they beat the Bears at home, lost to the Rams at home, lost to the Texans on the road. Like, if I do look at the schedule and I say, well, they lost to the Jags 26-21 at home. Like, they have some losses here where I go, well, when they're playing really competitive teams, they haven't shown me a win.
Yeah, you can definitely argue that, but I guess it just depends on how good you think the Bears are and how much healthier the 49ers got. And how much you believe in Brock Purdy. Was that an anomaly the last couple games, him playing so incredible? It really just comes down to that. It's really difficult to see how this will go in terms of like media, depending on what happens. I don't want to know what would happen if we lose the Seahawks. That's going to make me really sad.
But see, here's the thing. You're still, like, it seems like you're in a win-win situation. If you're the 49ers, you're in a decent spot, which is if we lose, okay, it's not going to feel great, not going to be the best. We're at home in a must-win and we don't win. But we get to go and travel to Tampa and or Carolina to go take on one of those two teams to move on to the next side. And being a 5 seed going into that, now you're playing what is expected to be the number 1 team, which would be the Seahawks again.
Yeah, the issue for me is that every single game played for the 49ers feels like I'm playing Russian roulette, and like I'm just afraid of everything. Like I want them to win, and I think that they can win, and I think they will win. But the more games they play, I want that first week bye so bad. And I want home playoff games the entire way to the Super Bowl so bad. I am concerned. I'm confident but concerned, if that's the best I can describe it, even though that sounds very middling. I am going to be watching in dead silence on Saturday. I'm going to be sitting there, no one talk to me. I'm going to be like holding my 49ers pillow pet and like terrified.
I'm just, obviously Brock Purdy needs to perform well in this game for the Niners to win. I think there are a lot of obvious things in this. If Brock Purdy plays well, if Christian McCaffrey, CMC has, over 125 yards from scrimmage?
Yeah, let me check.
I would say 125 to 150 yards from scrimmage.
Yeah, I feel like that would be good.
If he gets those, I think you're in a good spot. I think the major thing is, how does this defense hold up against this Seattle offense? Are you going to be able to stop the run, Charbonnet and Walker? Are you going to be able to stop that tandem? Are you able to slow down JSN? Right? Like those, I think, are the major question marks. But if you're the 49ers and Brock Purdy plays well and that offensive line kind of holds up, CMC gets 125 to 150 in the scrimmage yards, then you get Pearsall in there, Jawan, whatever. Whoever gets the touchdowns, get the touchdowns. You're probably in a good spot. Now, I think where I'm very interested and what I'm excited to watch in this game is how the 49ers offense does against Seattle defense. I believe the 49er defense is going to do just enough against that Seattle Seahawks offense. I think that Sam Darnold is going to turn over the ball 1 or 2 times. I think that they're going to get home on him because he holds the ball a little too much, too often, does Sam Darnold.
Yes.
I'm just the most interested. If the Seahawks are able to run the football, I think the 49ers aren't going to win this game. If Brock Purdy doesn't play well, I don't think the 49ers are going to win this game. I think so much is going to be made on. I genuinely can say I just want to see how they do. That's the main key to this. And it goes back to what we were talking about earlier, how much I don't believe in the NFC this year. How much I believe anyone can walk into any one of these houses and win.
So you want to watch this game and understand if the 49ers are real.
Yes.
It's kind of your...
Like, that was the same meter I gave the Bears.
Yep.
I want to see if you're real.
And even with the loss, do you think that the Bears are real?
Yeah.
I think so, too.
I think after that loss, it makes me go, okay, if they can figure it out defensively to get a couple of stops, I think this team can win a couple of games. But it's like I look at the Eagles and I go, they can win any game. I don't know what is up with them. Maybe they're just waiting until the season begins or the postseason begins to turn it on. But that offense does not look good whatsoever. And they have 11 wins. The Bears have had some very highs and lows. DJ Moore is the guy one day. Romeo Dunze is the guy the other day. Oh, wait, we forgot. We also have 2 really good running backs in Swift and Nungai. Like, there's our tight end. We forgot about him. Like, that is what I see the Bears. So I didn't think they had figured it out yet. It's also year 1 of Ben Johnson. It's very hard for me to think anybody in year 1 is going to go and make that run. I think usually you go year 1, figure it out. Year 2 is the year you make the real run.
Mm-hmm.
I just see a lot of year 1s out there this year. Nick Sirianni, he's not a year 1 with the Philly, right? But Bears, year 1. Seahawks, year 1. Sean McVay and the Rams, I think, are bounced. You look at the NFC South or whatever.
Yeah.
So that's where I sit with this. I think the teams with the most experienced head coaches are the ones who are going to go out and are going to find ways to win.
I'm looking at former performances by McCaffrey throughout the season and the amount of yards he got in losses and wins, and obviously like there's various injuries during these games, so it's a little bit harder to tell when you go further back, especially like the Jacksonville game. But he rushed for 49 yards, and he had 92 receiving yards, and they still lost that game. I think that they do okay with their current team if he gets those numbers. But then you look at Houston, and they were able to hold him to 25 and 43, which is they don't win the game on Saturday if he gets numbers like that. So we just have to hope that the offensive line can block for him, I guess. We just hope that he can make it a little bit further.
And the key to that, I was just reading, Trent Williams hasn't practiced.
No, he was not at practice.
So doesn't this make it more important for the 49ers to win a first round bye?
That is exactly what I'm saying.
Trent Williams, George Kittle, let's go get healthy. Hey, maybe we get a Fred Warner coming back and playing 12 snaps at outside linebacker.
And let's not get less healthy. That's what I was saying earlier with the Russian roulette thing. I'm afraid of
it just seems like anyone in that defensive line.
Yeah.
Right now, that's where we're sitting. Anyone in that defensive line, he got up.
And that derails the entire season.
Now,
I've been holding my breath in between every play.
Now to the point, who is your head coach of the year? We're not going to get another chance to be together here, Anthony, before all the playoffs go. We're probably not going to get a chance to do it on the air again. But who is your head coach of the year? First-year head coach, McDonald's? Kyle Shanahan, well, he has, even though they were projected the easiest schedule going into 25-26.
I like Ben Johnson.
For what he's done with the Bears.
Yeah, I think that I don't think he's going to win it. I think it's either Colts or Niners if they go that way. It's probably going to be Colts. But I think that Ben Johnson did such a good job, and he's so much fun. He's made the Bears fun to watch. Last season, basically the same team. The Bears were not fun to watch last season. I also have a personal connect. My brother-in-law is a huge Bears fan, watching them play, and I like Caleb Williams, and I feel like he wasn't being used very well. I like him a lot.
I'm the ultimate contrarian. To that point, though, how many games last year did the Bears lose because of a head coach? Right? How many games did the Bears lose last year because they decided not to call a timeout?
At least 3 I can think of off the top of my head.
That's about where my number was, 3 to 5. So to that point, I think they were just heavily mismanaged. Now you got someone who's just competent, who just gets it. we're going to go there, or no, we're not going to call a timeout here. We're going to but they understand what his mindset is. I don't think anybody ever understood Eberflus, his mindset.
Yeah, I think, he was historically bad, just a bad coach. But I think it also takes time to get respect, and he got it immediately, like you said, first-year head coach. And it just kind of worked, and they have him running insane plays like that one of the last plays of the game against the 49ers. It was insane, where they had a lateral with the game on the line. They just called that. That was insane.
I think I'm with you in the terms of he's made it more fun. But to that point, they have a lot of weapons. The Bears have had a lot of weapons. They have a team. They just couldn't find someone to lead it. I think that when you look at the Seahawks, there was a lot of change in that organization. I like McDonald's personally for the head coach of the year. Personally, you tell me who I'm picking. I'm taking Kyle Shanahan. You don't lose Fred Warner. You don't lose Bosa. You don't lose Purdy for half the season. You don't lose Pearsall was never healthy. BA, all the chaos that he's brought in. You lose Deebo Samuel. George Kittle hasn't been able to stay healthy. Trent Williams in and out. Offensive line iffy. You're bringing back Robert Saleh. You lost a couple of pieces on defensive end through free agency as well, one of which is playing for the division-leading Broncos. I go and take into that account, and I'd say, to me, Kyle Shanahan, he's the coach of the year. If there is a time to give him coach of the year, it's this one. Now, aside from that, though, the Seahawks You said it earlier. I don't think the Seahawks thought they were going to be a number one, a first-round bye type of team. I think they thought they were going to be competitive in the NFC West, but I think they thought 2 or 3. That's about where they were.
Yeah.
Now, what that defense, he looks like he brought his defense over from Baltimore.
Absolutely.
That defense looks insane. He's given Sam Darnold some confidence. I didn't think it was going to work. He looks good in that uniform, and that offense looks good, losing DK Metcalf. So when you put all of that into perspective and what that team has looked like and what the astronomical growth that the Seahawks have made, he's your coach of the year.
Unless he loses to the San Francisco 49ers.
That's my feeling. If you lose to the 49ers in the last game of the season, that dictates whether you're 1 or 5. You're not the coach of the year. All right, we got 30 more minutes to go, and then we hand you off. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles, Sactown Sports 1140.
On the move? Got somewhere to be?
Take Sacramento Kings basketball with you. The Sactown Sports app will let you stay connected to your passion. Never miss a moment of Sacramento Kings basketball with the Sactown Sports app.
The Sactown Sports 49ers report is brought to you by Kia of Vacaville, located beside the Vacaville outlets. Niners win a huge game on Sunday night versus Chicago, 42-38. Brock Purdy was outstanding. He accounted for 5 touchdowns, throwing for 300 yards and 3 TDs, rushed for 2 more, while Christian McCaffrey rushed for 181 yards from scrimmage and had a touchdown as well. Niners finished the regular season Saturday with Seattle, with the winner getting the number 1 seed in the playoffs. Catch the game this Saturday beginning at 4 right here on Sactown Sports 1140.
Football season is here at Kia of Vacaville. You can score big in a new 2025 Kia Niro LX with up to 53 MPG combined at Kia of Vacaville. Perfect for road trips, tailgates, and cruising to Levi Stadium in style and comfort. But don't wait. Inventory is limited at Kia of Vacaville, and these deals won't last long. Visit KiaVacaville.com or stop by right next to the Vacaville outlets for friendly service, easy shopping, and unbeatable value. All in one stop. Kia of Vacaville, where the adventure begins.
Daniel Tosh, my first farewell tour, Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley.
This is how I come up with material. I rant to my friends and my family, my inner circle, and when they hate every word coming out of my mouth, I know it's ready.
Saturday, January 24th, 8 p.m., the venue at Thunder Valley. On sale now. For tickets, visit ThunderValleyResort.com. Don't miss your chance to see Daniel Tosh.
Call Maverick Electrical to claim your free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check with a donation. This month, donate 5 canned foods to Maverick Electric's holiday food drive and get a free furnace tune-up or electrical safety check. They'll collect your cans at the appointment and make sure your heat stays comfy and your lights stay steady, so the only thing whistling is the kettle, not your ductwork. Visit callamaverick.com to schedule your free tune-up today. Give to get with no gimmicks. Limited appointments, some restrictions apply.
The clock is ticking. This holiday season, give the gift they'll really love. A new Honda from Northern California's best Honda dealer, Stockton Honda. Happy Honda days are happening right now. Score big with low payments, top trade-in value, and a huge selection of new Hondas, all at Stockton Honda.
Anytime, anywhere, it's all here. StocktonHonda.com.
Based on the results of the study recognized on June 18, 2025, USA Today's list of California's top car dealers 2025.
California's largest Sportsman's Expo is back, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. Find a huge selection of fishing boats, kayaks, side-by-sides, and more than 50,000 square feet of RVs and campers. And check out Toyota's full lineup of trucks and SUVs. Your life outdoors at the International Sportsman's Expo, January 15th through 18th at Cal Expo in Sacramento. More info at sportsexpos.com.
Allen Stiles
You can join the show by texting 916-339-1140.
on Sactown Sports.
I almost started singing the song. I don't even know the lyrics.
Can't do that.
Yeah, I'm like, I don't even know the lyrics of the songs. I just know it pops up into my head. Okay. All right. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles. You got me for 30 more minutes, and some of you are going, thank my. Whew. Thank the man above. Others are warming up to this guy. And none of you are saying, let's have 4 more hours of this guy. And I'm okay with that. I'm a little self-deprecating, and that's okay. I'm like, I'm not naturally, or let me correct myself. I've been behind a microphone since I remember. I've been in this industry for over a decade. So it's not like this is new. It's just, I respect that I am talking to thousands of people. And I respect this job enough to know.
I respect the work of the other people who do it.
There are other people in our building who do this better than I. And that's how I approach this exact thing. I enjoy this. I love this. This is, again, very lucky to get to do what we do. So I am, trust me when I say, I cannot wait for Carmichael Dave and Jason Ross to be back here on Monday. Cannot wait for Allen Stiles to be back here 10 a.m. to 2 p.m. And I can't wait for Kevin Gleason to be back here 2 p.m. to 4 or 6, depending on whether there's a game or not. And Jay and the guys all, but Anthony does a great job, and we are grateful for him and all our producers as well. So, I was cheering here in the middle because as we're doing the show, I'm also doing my other duties. Because, time stops for absolutely no one. And I hope to get on and make a drive back to Fresno tonight. So I look down and I get some really good news in terms of what our December looked like. And, just pumping the fist in here and giving uber excited. Because, just some good news. I can't mention it on the air. But aside from that, now, every single one of you, I'm going to ask you, bear with us. Come along for the ride. Join us in going down a little bit of a memory kind of lane here. Do you know what your favorite 2025 sports thing was this year? Because none of my teams won a championships. I don't care. In the grand scheme of things, I am not one that roots for others. I root for my teams. Root for the teams that I root for. Right? Like, that's it. Like, yeah, my favorite quarterback in the NFL is Justin Herbert. Yeah, you know what? I hope he wins. But do I root for him to win? No, I don't care. I don't care if the Chargers win. Does nothing for me. So to that point and to what I'm saying, 2025 for me was the Braves sucked. And I mean, they sucked. Niners, fine. I don't believe they're going to win a Super Bowl. Hopefully I'm wrong. And the Kings, where we are with the Kings. I don't really want to rehash that. 8 wins. Is there something that pops to your mind in 2025 that was a great sports moment?
I'm kind of with you, and I don't want to say that anything good happened because nothing good happened to my teams. But I have fond memories watching sports. I still watch them as kind of like not unbiased, but just it's on. So the World Series. Hate the Dodgers.
It was a great World Series.
I hate the Dodgers, but I turned on the game that went into 1 million innings. That was really fun for me. I came home, and my girlfriend's grandma is a huge Dodgers fan from when they were Brooklyn Dodgers, and she was watching the game, and we're like, we're gonna watch a movie tonight. We're gonna go get food. All of our plans were canceled because we were watching baseball until midnight or whatever that game ended. And it was.
Think of the East Coasters.
I know.
3, 4 a.m.
I would have turned the game off. If I wasn't in Toronto, I would have turned the game off. But it was a really good time. I had a really fun time just hanging out with my girlfriend watching baseball, and it just kept going, and we kept getting more and more annoyed because we didn't eat, we didn't watch a movie, and then we needed to go to bed. But sports do that. I just felt like I was watching it with everyone else. I was online, and all my friends were texting me about it. And I think that that's what sports are all about, You're watching everything. It's a very communal event.
So if I'm going to pick something, and I'm going to believe a sports moment for me. I guess the only one that I'm going to put out there, because like I got to see the Braves get walked off by the Giants. Not good. But I got to watch the Braves take on the Athletics at Sutter Health Park, sit in our work seats, and watch the game with my son and wife. And that's one of the things that I had looked forward to, is being able to take him to the games like my dad took me.
Yeah.
Right. So if there is one, I guess, bright one that just so that I don't buck the trend and not pick anything here, if there's something to pick, I think that is it for me. That's my sports moment of 25.
Yeah, that's when your teams aren't playing well, it immediately goes to when did I have the most fun watching a bigger game, or just like you're with your friends, or you're with your family and you are enjoying the sport. Another one for me is the entire Pacers run in the East for the playoffs.
That was fun.
I had no faith in them. I thought they were going to lose every single one of those rounds. And Halliburton had dark magic, like all the jokes of what they're doing in the locker room at halftime were my favorite things online. Like they're just back there doing sacrifices of goats, and there's no way that this could ever happen again. It just kept happening, and it almost felt like it was going to happen in the finals, and then obviously he went down, but it was insane to watch their run.
What are you most looking forward to in 2026? What is it that is it just gets, because the juice is flowing? Very quickly for me, I have an answer to. I will find an answer to anything and everything. Now, my answer to it is obviously the 2026 World Cup. Like, the prices are astronomical to go to these games. And I've entered the draw, and I've gone in through that process, and I'm going to spend some money. I know that. And I knew that 4 years ago when they first, 8 years ago, technically, when they first announced it. But I knew, because of where we are in the sports culture in this country, that we're going to be paying a pretty penny to go to these games. So I've been saving for some time, okay? But my dream of 2026 is getting a chance to take my dad to a World Cup game. Specifically, taking my dad to go watch Mexico play Korea Republic.
That's like bucket list level of stuff.
Insanely bucket list. I never thought in a million years, that I was going to have a chance to potentially give this to my dad. And so, in 2026, for me, that is what I'm looking at. I'm excited for that. I'm also excited, obviously, all the things I'm going to do with my son at every game, the games that we're going to, things that we're going to do, all the events we're going to do this year as he grows up and is more understanding and just around it more. That's what I'm excited for. This is what I did my entire life, growing up with my dad in sports and all those things. So,
yeah, for me, I have never been a huge soccer guy, but I am excited for that and the Olympics just to be here. I think that it'll be fun to watch. Any kind of world stage event is really exciting. But for me, even though the Kings aren't doing well, I really like the way that the NBA is kind of moving right now. I think that OKC is incredibly fun to watch. When the Kings are this bad, you have to find a way to still enjoy a sport, because just watching the Kings makes you miserable. So you need to watch all of it. Still watch the Kings. I don't want people to stop.
But avoid the Spurs, right?
I'm actually if you want to not be mad.
Don't be that guy.
If you want to be mad.
Don't tell me you're rooting for the San Antonio Spurs.
I'm not rooting for them. I'm excited to watch. They're the only team who can beat the Thunder, who seem like they don't bleed. So I'm excited to see what happens there, and I think that the playoffs will be fun. I think that the East is wide open. I think that the West has a king on top, and I want to see who ends up beating them, whether it's the Spurs or not. And everyone's going to yell at me because I think that would still be fun. But
that's not fun.
I think it might be fun.
It's miserable.
Maybe it's just a deep
You like being unhappy? Is that something
I've heard that.
Is your significant other the one who said that to you, or
many people? It's specifically about sports.
Okay, I'm all right, Anthony. I think we have to have a deeper discussion after this show today, my man. But I get where you're coming from. I'm not on that train. I hope the San Antonio Spurs miss the playoffs. Not gonna happen, That's where I'm at. I am the person that wishes misery upon those that aren't having misery in sport. Again, always sports. I don't ever want people to think this outside. No, in the sports world, when my team sucks, I hope your team sucks. That is exactly how I approach it.
I hope everyone loses.
You're telling me you hope everybody wins.
No, I hope OKC loses because they're too good, and I think it's weird that they don't win against the Spurs. So I want to know why. I want to see imagine if they got swept in the playoffs by the Spurs. Like, that'd just be crazy in the grand scheme of things. Whether
but
De'Aaron's there or not.
That'd be miserable because then that means De'Aaron Fox played a key integral role in getting it done.
What if he's not on the team? He might not be on the team. Trade deadline's coming up. That'd be funny if De'Aaron got traded.
And then they got a better deal. Oh, Anthony! Anthony!
You just took it to a way that would make you miserable if they got a better deal.
All right. Jose Gonzalez, Anthony filling in for Allen Stiles, and Kyle had better. Allen Stiles Show, Sactown Sports.
Domantas Sabonis plays here.
He finds Sabonis, put the frosting on the cake, put the cherry on the sundae. Sabonis with a two-hand flush makes it 114-106.
Sactown Sports is your proud home of the Sacramento Kings.
Hello, Sacramento. I'm Emran Pilati, owner of True Sports Cards and Collectible Store here in Rockland, California, and the host of the True Sports Cards Show that airs right here on Sactown Sports 1140 every Saturday from 10 to 11 a.m., where we discuss the latest trends, hottest products, and deliver exclusive interviews with other industry leaders. And don't forget to visit our shop, True Sports Cards, at 6661 Stanford Ranch Road in Rockland and see what we have for all your sports card and memorabilia needs.
Power Business Technology is proud to be a 100% independent, locally owned and managed Toshiba copier dealer. Local ownership cuts out the red tape, allowing ourselves to never be too busy to personally answer the call when our clients need us. Recognized for excellence in service execution, training, and customer service, we're proud to be named a Toshiba ProMasters Elite Dealer since 2021. Contact us today for all of your business printing needs at 844-POWER-BZ. That's 844-769-3729. Or visit us at PowerCopiers.com.
Coach Christie here letting you know the year-end sell-a-thon is on at Folsom Lake Ford, and with your approved credit, get 0% financing plus 0 down, plus no payments for 90 days on select new Fords. Hurry to Folsom Lake Ford today. Interest accrues from date of purchase.
A new exclusive offer with an eligible Bank of America Visa credit card is your opportunity to go from cardholder to ticket holder for the FIFA World Cup 2026. For a limited time, when you're approved for a new customized cash rewards or unlimited cash rewards Visa credit card, you're eligible for a chance to purchase FIFA World Cup 2026 tickets. Learn more today at bfa.com/card FWC26. What would you like the power to do? Bank of America, proud to be the official bank of FIFA World Cup 2026. Bank of America NA in partnership with Visa. Terms apply. All rights reserved.
Febreze. It's a classic odor tale. You fried fish for dinner, cleaned up, but the smell is still in the house. And the neighbors are coming over for game night. They're on their way. And then you spray Febreze Air Mist. Febreze Air starts working instantly to fight even your toughest odors, so you go from fish to fresh like that. Now all you have to worry about is Pam cheating at charades.
Breathe happy, Febreze, la 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 la.
When I was in Iraq, our convoy was hit. It was bad. After I came home, I could still hear booms and see tracer fire. Makes it hard to be a good mom.
As America's veterans face challenges, DAV is there.
I'm Naomi Mathis, Air Force veteran.
With the right support, more veterans can reach victories, great and small.
With help from DAV, I was able to begin to heal.
DAV provides a lifetime of support to veterans of every generation, helping more than 1 million veterans each year.
Today, I'm part of DAV. We're veterans helping veterans to get the benefits they've earned. And I give my veterans my all.
But there's more to be done and more victories to be won.
My victory is being able to be here for my children.
Naomi Mathis, thank you for your service. May your victories inspire many more. Support more victories for veterans. Go to DAV.org.
For over 90 years, Hagen Oaks has partnered with the biggest brands in golf to bring cutting-edge technology to your game. Our one-of-a-kind total game fitting offers a level of experience and precision that is unmatched. From driver to putter, footwear to golf balls, our TrackMan-powered performance studios, 3D footwear scanner, and Ping's Ballnamic ball fitting kiosk ensure every piece of your gear is tailored to your swing. Trust the experts at the Hagen Oaks Golf Super Shop. Total game fitting starts here.
Guys, feeling low energy or low drive? It could be low testosterone. At Revive Men's Health, start with a free T-check and consultation. And this month only, qualified patients may receive 25% off TRT. Book now at ReviveMen'sHealth.com. Terms apply, must medically qualify.
Your home for Kings talk and so much more.
Live and local.
Allen Stiles on Sactown Sports.
Even after Anthony sent me reeling from that last break, it took me the entire 4 minutes to calm down. Talking about De'Aaron Fox, man.
He was doing breathing exercises across the glass.
Man, I forgot what it's like to sit in here and hear. For all of you listening, Anthony wants the Spurs to do well.
I want the Thunder to do bad.
I feel like just silence could fill the air right now. Just everything everybody is feeling.
I think people feel the wanting Thunder to do bad.
I would rather the Thunder do great and know that the Clippers and the Nets and all those teams that traded in picks just were horrendous at doing their jobs than the Spurs to be good. Now, again, it isn't the Spurs' fault. They made a trade. It was there. They got Harrison Barnes for it. De'Aaron Fox there. A couple of moves. Get those two ex-Kings on there. And that team is winning. And he says the grass is greener.
Yeah, I don't like that.
So you should root against the Spurs.
I kind of do. I just really don't like that OKC's so good. I don't like when a team is that good. Like, I hate the Warriors still, and it has nothing to do with me being, like, here. I hated the Warriors before the Kings ever had a chance to be better than the Warriors.
But what you're rooting for is the next dynasty. If the Thunder can't beat the Spurs, what you're rooting for is a Spurs team that can't be beaten.
I don't know if that's true.
No, that's the logic there, Anthony. Like, just peeling it back like an onion.
I feel like a team in the East could beat the Spurs more than a team in the East could beat the Thunder. I feel like the Knicks could beat the Spurs. Oh my God! You know who's there? Yeah. Oh.
Yeah.
Ooh.
Yeah. Keep going down that rabbit hole there, Anthony. My goodness.
Honestly, didn't even realize what I was doing there.
Yeah, I kept walking you.
Imagine
into it.
that.
It's one of my favorite things to do. Is just walk people to things that I might have thought they were going into.
Yeah.
Well, I wasn't sure if you were going to get there, but
if I was like conscious of what I was saying, then I would have known. But
yeah, I would rather the Thunder win 5 NBA championships.
Yeah, Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox finals wouldn't be great.
Yeah, right.
That would be bad, probably. Right?
I'd feel like the worst feeling. I think if there was, again, metaphorically speaking, if there was enough to keep twisting it, right? And hopefully imagery gives you to what I'm saying, twisting it. That's that. Like a Mike Brown, De'Aaron Fox finals.
It already kind of became a big deal when they made it to the Cup, and no one really cares about the Cup.
No. And Mike Brown saying, "Hey, we should put something up in the rafters." And the Knicks organization saying, "Whoa, not for the NBA Cup."
No,
Lakers did it.
Yeah, but Lakers
but not the New York Knicks.
A little bit showy. They got the first one, so they're like, we gotta show it off.
Got LeBron that other ring. So okay, I just I felt like we should end the show in a humorous way for me.
Yeah,
not
everything
for you,
that we hate
for me. Yeah. So just from what I've been told, he hasn't taken more than 3 steps, so we're good.
Okay,
I'm still on the good list here.
Has he taken 3 steps again?
I haven't been texted that by my wife. By the way, this is the woman I'm spending the rest of my life with. She didn't even remember I was on the air. She listened to me too many years in Fresno, and she was like, I know what you got.
Yeah.
Not that good. It's all right. All right, 26, 25, everything in front of us. Coming up here at 2 o'clock, we're going to Westwood One Sports. Coming up at 6, you have Golf to Go. And then on Friday, you have Christopher Gabriel, who will be guest hosting the morning show, and Brendan Nunez, who will be guest hosting the midday show. And then we expect everybody back for Monday. Maybe someone gets, a little tummy thing.
And tomorrow we have UC Davis basketball and Kings basketball.
There you go. And over the weekend, you have the San Francisco 49ers playing on Saturday. You have, obviously, playoff football coming up that we'll have, plus Kings and UC Davis men's basketball and all that comes with it. So always keep it right here, and always being very grateful to every single one of you for tuning in. So, do the Niners beat the Seahawks? We're not here on Friday, which we would give our prediction. So, do the 49ers beat the Seahawks?
Yes.
What's your final score?
I feel like we beat them by a lot, and it's a statement game, and I'm going to go really crazy, and it's going to be like 46-12. And they're going to miss the 2 extra points. It's 2 field goals. Actually, no, it's 12, and it's all field goals. They're never going to score a touchdown.
Wow.
Yep.
Wow, that is a man who is trying to let everyone forget he wanted De'Aaron Fox to play Mike Brown at the NBA Finals.
Ooh.
Now, I'm kidding. Now, to that, after all the mess I talked, I'm taking the Seahawks in this game.
This is worse than what I did.
I don't think it is. But I have look, when I'm on the air, I'm impartial. I will make a pick that I truly go, okay, I do feel like this might happen. I'm going to go that way, even if it's my favorite team. I will always do that. With that being said, I think it's a close one. I think that this is going to come down to the 49ers having to take a drive to Seahawks, and I see the Seahawks making a stop. I don't think this is an indictment on Brock Purdy and that offense and what they're going to do. I just think the 49ers are riding really high. 6-game win streak. Brock Purdy playing the best he's played since he's come back, but also even a couple of years ago, right? I think this is the best football we've seen Brock Purdy play. But I think there's still limitations to it. Not sure if George Kittle plays. If he plays, maybe my answer is different. But this team has been lucky to face the opponents they've faced when they have faced them. They're riding high on a win streak, but I think the offense is going to falter here late. I don't know if it's reality or not, but I see the Seahawks winning a one-possession game, and I see this ending 31-28, somewhere in that ballpark, 34-28, something like that. And why I say I think Purdy goes down, scores. I think Seahawks come down, score, and then Brock is trying to get with limited time into the end zone. So that's where I'm going to sit.
I think that this is worse than what I did with the Aaron Fox thing. I think that if this team that has a chance to do really well in the playoffs and can win any game, and you think that they're not going to get that 1 seed as a fan of the 49ers.
No. As a fan, I do. As an impartial person.
No one's impartial.
I can compartmentalize things here, Anthony. And
I can't.
And
Niners are winning by 1 million.
I'm saying I think this is going to happen. Now, before we head out, how crazy is it that ESPN has 2 of the 3 biggest games this weekend?
Just a lot.
They get the NFC South Championship. They get the NFC West Championship. And then NBC gets the AFC North Championship. And Fox and CBS, they get the Broncos and Chargers.
Yep. What a fun game. That'll be fun to watch. I'm tuning into that one.
It could have been the game. It could have been 2 of the best teams playing each other for the division, but the Chargers said no. All right, we're going to run through this really quickly because we got to go in 2 minutes. Panthers, Bucks.
Bucks win.
I got Bucks.
Yeah.
So we both split. I got the Seahawks. You have the Niners. Again, as of Niners, I think it's Niners. All right, we're going to run through these. Saints, Falcons.
Falcons.
I think Falcons. Browns, Bengals.
Browns.
Oh.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm going Bengals. Colts, Texans.
Colts.
Give me the Texans. Titans, Jags. I think we're both going to say Jags.
Yeah.
I think the Texans need to win. Jags need to win. Packers, Vikings. Packers already set at the 7 seed.
Yeah, I think that the Vikings.
I got the Vikings.
Yeah,
in
they'll
that too.
try a little harder.
Cowboys, Giants. Who cares?
Yeah,
no,
yeah.
I'm sorry, Cowboys.
Giants.
Cowboy. Jets, Bills. Bills get a bye week here. Lions, Bears. I think the Lions.
Really?
I think they need to. They need to show Ben Johnson something.
I still think the Bears win. I think
Chargers.
Ben Johnson needs to show.
No, I agree with you too. I think they're going to do that. Bears. Part of me, I just said that. Chargers, Broncos. I'm going to take Chargers.
Broncos.
Cardinals, Rams.
Rams.
All right. I think Rams as well. Chiefs, they need a get-right game. Chiefs, Raiders. Chiefs, it's a tank game, right? Like, Raiders need to lose, and I think they're
both going to try really hard to lose. I don't know if the Chiefs know how to lose as well as the Raiders know how to lose, so I'm going to go Chiefs win.
I'm going to take the Chiefs either. I'm going to take the Chiefs as well. Raiders, they need the number 1 overall pick. You've done this all year. You better do it in the last game.
Yes.
Dolphins, Patriots. I
Patriots.
think I'm going to take Dolphins just because I think the Patriots are going to be off.
Mm-hmm.
Commanders, Eagles. Eagles need to win.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go Eagles, Ravens, Steelers.
Steelers.
I'm going to go Ravens.
All right.
All right. Anthony behind the glass. Appreciate him. Appreciate every single one of you for coming along this eventful ride with us. Jose Gonzalez filling in for Allen Stiles. Coming up next, Westwood One. Coming up at 6 o'clock, golf to go. Tomorrow, all day, Westwood One Sports. On Friday, back in the morning, Christopher Gabriel doing the Carmichael Dave, Jason Ross show, and then Brendan doing the midday for Allen. Appreciate you guys all once again. Have a happy new year, and we'll see you on the other side, right here on your home of the Sacramento Kings, Sactown Sports 1140.
Sactown Sports app.
Sacramento sports in your pocket. This is Sactown Sports 1140.
This is the story of the one. As a safety manager at a manufacturing plant, he does everything he can to keep his coworkers safe. From finding ways to reduce risks to keep